All right, finally, after a month and a half. Fuck no. Last we left off, uh, it was a lot of investigation and questioning on board the ship, uh, in regards to who, what is going on. We've got, it appears to be there is a thread of a rogue mage, one of three, a half elf, who is in cahoots with somebody, something, who appears to be either not keeping up or just not doing the spells at all in regards to the bottom of the ship
Hmm.
to keep the bottom of the ship's door arcanely locked. There's also the issue going on with the heavily guessed Hobgoblin Warforged, who is up to whatever, doing his own thing, but appears to be involved in a great many things. One of these things being the discomfort that the crew is having with the captain's heavy-handedness in sort of making them go to Seer's sermons, uh, you know, where they're not doing so willingly, they're doing so because they're told to do so. Um, the What is going on in regards to a great many of the other crew that are in amongst it. An elven fellow who Finch had a vision of, where it appeared that he was either dead or alive, trapped inside of a chest. Um, the just very fast mental degradation of the captain, where him and Sia had just a conversation and you know, a small heart to heart, in that, Sia putting it out there that she is there for the captain if need be, to talk and get involved with, as he is the most important person on the ship besides the mages that power it.
Hmm.
And if he is going downhill, it is a serious problem. Um, Further extravated by the fact that it appears that he is doing summoning circles onto the ship's floor for God knows who or what. Um, just that, upon sort of getting a copy of the circles, handing it to Finch, who then Finch finds one of the elven shipwrights. Hey, what do you think about this? And the elf goes, without seeing it, from what I can see, this is heavily sus. I'm not getting any good vibes from just what you've drawn. I don't know what it is for, but I'm not getting it. From what I can read off the runage, it's not good. So there's that issue happening at the same time. Another issue that was brought up was that Evander sort of helping Finch and Sia sort of on the ship in regards to what they need done, keeping an eye out. Turned out that, well, it appeared that he had been disintegrated trying to get into the bag of the Hobgoblin Warforged guy, who then turned out through Finch's exploration that he was still up and running, but it just has lost an arm and was being controlled by Arclight, who informs Finch that within 3 days' time they are marching on the mountains, and that that's basically it. Sia will know what I'm on about. Don't worry about it. Finch tells Sia. Sia goes, I'm going to contact the boss, see what's going on. She contacts Alvina, but it's Kushoten who sort of steps in to be like, hey, Arclight's working for us. I've understood some things. I've grown a little bit. For our end goal, things are going to have to happen and be done. And it's better that they start on the outside and work their way in. So, there's that. Basically answers Sia with a lot of, pick your
Examples.
own. Yeah, just it's just a lot of fluff. Doesn't give Sia anything concrete. Doesn't really answer any of the questions at all. Yes, very political. Which sort of raises a question of like, what is Alvina? This is odd. Alvina's sort of trying to make sure that her sister's sort of on a path, but if she's doing shit outside of it, how's Alvina herself? As well as all this going on, the ship ends up being docked with another ship. This ship being run by a Tabaxi captain who gives a name, fictitious or not, to Ezekiel, who gives this captain a lot of information that shouldn't have been provided. Of that information provided is the fact that Finch is on the ship, and as everybody sort of is there, or at least their characters are aware of, it's that during the long time that you guys have been away, a lot of Arcosian whispers has been spread in regards to Finch and the ability of his eyes, that they can, that you guys know Finch can past, present, future, but what sort of tales have been spun while you guys are gone in regards to that sort of, thing. Nobody knows that Finch's eyes are Gok Tengri's gems, at least as far as you guys are aware of, or at least the people that you know personally that are at the very least on your side know. Nobody knows that they have repercussions to being used, that they are a great boon, but Finch gets hurt when he uses them. So this captain is like, hey, I want to see Finch. Of course, Ezekiel tries to, step back from that sort of mistake. But the captain goes, hey, man, look, I'm good. I just want to talk to him. You can trust me. I'm an artifact hunter. I've got some artifacts. You want to see him? Ezekiel agrees. Takes him to the ship. But the captain's ship looks exactly like your guys' ship. The same structure, the same... There's nothing really different besides some of the decorum, tables, chairs, things on the wall. The ship is basically one for one built to yours. But Ezekiel gets shown a treasure room opened up by a cursed coin that was originally found in the labyrinth ages and ages ago for you guys. It wasn't ages and ages ago, but in retrospect, it feels ages and ages ago. Who opens his store and reveals a large and lavish treasure room. Coins, jewels, gems, statuettes, trophies, paintings of that look like they are wealth. Fill this room up to ankles as high as your waist. But in this room are 3 pedestals that rise above the rest, and on these pedestals contains 3 items. A gold diamond encrusted plate armor, a golden glaive with an arm still attached, and what looks to be a box containing cards. The glaive is the most noticeable one, being that it is the same glaive that old friend Munakata used to have. And it's very apparent that it is his arm that is still attached to the glaive. And as they're leaving, Ezekiel tells him that he's got some artifacts of his own, tries to show him the hourglass necklace, but the captain casts a spell. Ezekiel goes, what did you do? What was that? And the captain goes, don't worry about it. I know that that item is cursed. And sort of brushes that bit to the side. And Ezekiel doesn't push that bit any further. And leads back up. Sort of the culminating effect of everything going on is that a combined dinner is taking place, or is about to take place, and that there is a general consensual fear that the captain from the other ship is going to want to get Finch. So a plan is brought up in that the only people from your ship that will be on the decks are those that have history or the capability to fight. The only other people that are there will be the 3 shipwrights, the wizards. I forgot his name. Fucking holy shit! It is.
Evander?
I forgot. No, fucking Sia's friends.
Oh, Russian and Russian were the names.
Yes, Fusion and Raijin will also be there. And that sort of the realization that you guys are outnumbered, but hopefully the plan is that there is a way to unlatch the ships.
Yeah.
So that way, it's a case of buying time. So that way, your guys' shipwrights can put power into the ship to at least speed off. That's the sort of consensus that has been reached. And this is where I forget who it was. As like right now, I probably remembered it earlier today, but it was either Sia or Wessel who spoke to the 3 shipwrights. One of them being the crooked one, who is possibly gone rogue, and detailing them on what the plan is. And so right now, where we pick up is the dinner is about 20 minutes away. Most of the general staff that are going to be on the decks are on the decks, and it's just a case of conversations happening, talk being made. But as the group sort of looks around and sees where everybody's going, you guys are definitely outnumbered on these decks. And it appears that either naturally or by the flow of conversation, a large portion of your ship's crew have taken seats on the other ship.
That's bad. Okay. So, if you were to give me a ratio, like a 60 to 40,
Yep.
what our crew is like in our section compared to the others, what are we looking at?
Looking around on your ship, you've got captain, you guys, you've got your 3 shipwrights, Raijin Fusion, 2 other veterans, and you have 2 more members of staff sort of up onto the upper deck. And you've got, surprisingly, having been chosen by the captain, is the Hobgoblin Warforged and his 3 goblin friends.
Okay, on our side.
On your ship.
Yeah, our ship. And the dinner's been held on which ship? Our ship or between the 2?
It's between the 2.
Ah, right. And there's a docking station in the middle.
And so the ships are connected by like magical purple bridges that are holding the ships in place.
Yeah.
And thus stopping them from being affected by...
Yeah.
They're like anchors for the air.
Yeah, for sure. All right, cool. All right, well... And dinner hasn't been served yet, right?
No, it's still going on. The captain has just finished... your guys' captain, Rikoshi, just finished talking to Raijin and Fusion, and he comes over and he goes... Well, dinner's going to be here soon. I'm going to change. If I feel like something's going on, I feel like I should be more prepared.
I would agree with that, yes.
Right then. And he goes to leave, and as he does so, you see him give you a concerning look. And he heads below. He gives Sia a concerning look. Sorry.
Sorry, I had to get up for a sec. What happened?
So the captain is going to go change into some more battle-ready attire. And as he's sort of gone below deck, he's giving you a look that you feel is suspiciously concerning. There is like a sorrowful look on his face.
Did I see it?
He didn't really hide it so much. So if
Yeah.
you were,
I feel like I would, if he was walking away from us in a conversation, I feel like I would have watched him walk away.
yeah,
Then I would have looked to see him like, that's... Maybe you should go see if he's okay.
Yeah, might gonna have to.
Right.
Good luck up here, I guess. Try to bring him back
Yes.
as I can.
So give her a head nod, and I turn to Finch and Wessel. Is Finch with us? Finch is with us, right?
Finch has yet to come up.
Okay, it's just me and Wessel.
Yes.
All right, I send it to Wessel. And I go, man, I will not lie to you. I mean, I am quite concerned on how this is going to go. More so for Finch's sake than anybody else's.
I think Finch might be okay. I think it's the rest of us that might have an issue.
You know, I was thinking about it. The ships are fairly similar looking. So if we, I mean, look, if we were to win, we could just take their ship. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if we win, we could take this ship, sure, but how will we use it? I don't think they would work for us.
You're probably right. All right, so we're gonna get ready for battle in case it comes up. Do you want to try and take the magic coin from his person and go downstairs to get the stuff, or are we risking too much doing so?
Sort of as you speak that to watch over, see where the captain is on the opposing ship.
Yeah.
You see him talking to what might be his two right hands, which is a very large, muscular orc covered in plated armor.
Okay.
And of his three shipwrights, what appears to be the most senior.
Yeah. Cool.
You see them sort of have this conversation before the captain heads down deck as well.
He heads down deck. He heads down to his deck.
Yeah.
Oh well, that fucking puts that out the window then. All right, cool. So there's no senior members on the top of his deck right now.
There are. So you've got on sort of just during general picking up conversation on his side of the deck are all his seniors. His three shipwrights.
Okay. Yep.
His sort of marshal leading hand. The marshal leading hand has 3 personal bodyguards of his own who are also all.
It's unwinnable, man.
Who are also all plated.
Yeah.
But you sort of realize that the rest of the crew, they look easy.
Yeah.
It very much appears that it's noticeable that the power is very much at the top.
Yeah. Okay.
Which
right.
if all the power's at the top, that means there's less, sort of to deal with. But there might be a lot of bodies to fucking cut through.
Yeah, now dudes aren't fucking set for war. Ugh, fuck. Well, I can swim. Catfish. Let's jump off the side and fucking bail. Alright, you're gonna... Sorry, yeah, you were gonna start talking as Wessel before I interrupted you with that question.
Wessel basically says that he will sort of move in and try and be not as noticeable, work through the crowd on the other ship to see if he can pick up anything.
Yeah, okay, cool. Good idea. I'll occupy for Finch, and I will also keep... do I go see old mate downstairs and get him to show me the stuff again? Do I do that? No, I'll wait for Finch. I'm going to kind of keep an eye for Finch if when this starts to see if, if something fishy happens, if I, just want to keep eyes out, you know what I mean? If I see some cunts doing fucking ninjutsu, bloody hand signals or head nods and stuff, then I know something fishy is going on.
Roll for me a perception check.
Would love to, mate. I'm going to roll you a big, juicy 3.
All right, sweetest. Finch, what would you like to be up to?
Um, what was I? I remember they were talking to me earlier, and I had something to do, I believe, or I was on my way up from something. Was that me talking to that guy in the deck of the ship about the circle?
You had spoken to him already. You had shown him the like a drawn image, um, uh, and then basically the information you had gotten from him that it didn't look good. Like whatever you had just shown him from your drawing, it didn't look good. He had, but with the things that are going on, he just didn't have the time to go and seek it out. So right now, all the people that you would like to catch up on, besides Evander, who is still in the bow of the ship, being puppeted by Arclight, is on the deck.
Right. I do think I am on my way to the dinner. I think where I left off, it was like I was probably just gonna have to be there.
Yes, it's very much a case of there are other things happening on the ship that are taking your priority, and Ezekiel's continued being like, "You're in danger, Finch. You're in danger, Finch." The captain's gonna try and get you. Isn't that big of a concern where you feel like there are potential daggers within the ship itself? So it is up to you what you would like to do.
I will. I will head to where everyone is being gathered.
Yep.
And I'm going to attempt to, sort of get nestled in, get mingled in,
Yeah, totally fine. So you make your way up to the deck. Sia, you follow after the captain. You know that he's making his way towards the captain's quarters, but by the time you get there, the door is closed, and as you you can either attempt to go in or you wait for a knock. It's up to you.
I think I will wait a minute. He said that he was planning to get changed
Yes.
and ready. I'm not exactly going to try and interrupt if he is being truthful. I want to give him a chance.
No worries. Can you offer me a perception check?
Sure.
And can you add your Arcana bonus, please?
Dirty 20.
Nice. Is that with the Arcana bonus?
Mhm.
Nice. You feel like you get there fast enough. The door has probably just recently been closed. You hear the sounds. It's quiet enough with everything happening above. There's not much noise making its way through the ship, and with the crew sort of like below deck, not really doing anything. It's quiet enough that you can pick up on that initially. It's the sounds of him changing clothes, and then you start to hear the sound of chalk being drawn over wood. And you sort of get the feeling like he is drawing another summoning circle.
Stop right
Finch
there, Scott.
hasn't been back with that circle update yet.
To the best of my knowledge, no.
I think I told Ezekiel. I do remember we
Yes,
bumped
exactly.
into each other. Yeah, we bumped into each other right before the end of last session.
If that's the
I do
case,
remember that.
I would leave it up to you guys. If I think Finch would have told Ezekiel if he remembered, and then I will leave it up to you, Ezekiel, if you told Sia.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have. I feel like I don't really have a lot to do with the captain bar, like just being together. But like, I know that they're close. Like, I feel like maybe I would have like mentioned that maybe hey, you should go follow him. Like, I feel like that would have been part of that, right? So if you allow that, then I would have mentioned that information to Sia also.
Yeah, I shall allow it.
Then I would like to confirm whether it was identified if a verbal component was needed for a second.
That is not something that could be told to you. But you would know, Sia, that summoning circles do require a verbal component.
Okay. If he is just the sounds of drawing, then I will leave him be. And if enough time passes without hearing an incantation, where he could potentially be deemed as missing, I'm going to pretend that I've just come to find him and knock on the door.
All right. You don't hear any loud verbal incantations. It sounds like, if anything, he is muttering to himself. You pick up bits and pieces of very aggressive self-loathing. You, if anything, to you, and all that you've sort of experienced, all your dungeon delving and things of that nature, it sounds like he's going mad. And then the whispering cuts, and then you hear the sound of liquid hitting floor. Like drops.
I'm going to knock on the door.
Knock on the door, sound of dripping stops. There's a sort of like a quick shuffling noise, and on the other side of the door you hear, who is it?
It's just Sia.
See ya. Look, I'm nearly finished getting ready. I want to make sure that, everything's good. Stocking up. I've drunk a couple of potions. Just getting the rest of my gear tightened. I'll be there, don't worry.
No worries. I'll be out here when you're ready.
No worries.
Sia will wait like she said she would, and she's gonna actively listen out to see if there's anything that will be alarming. Like, of course, there's the sound of liquid dropping, but she doesn't know what that is, and if there's anything like, how should I?
I understand where you're going.
Okay, cool.
And initially, there is a quick quietness, and then the loud sounds of the heightened sound of the gear being moved, and then it becomes apparent to you that he is attempting to make these like additional sounds as a distraction. Every now and then you hear the sound of liquid hitting floor. Then you hear the sounds of scuffling. It then sounds like he gets on the floor itself, and then you hear the sounds of like hand being moving over wood as he's doing something. Then you can smell the iron and blood from the room. And then you pick up spring has increased. And you pick up on the fact that through the garbled, just like sentences he's making, that it's you don't know for a bit, and it's alarming. And then you pick up on a singular word that you haven't heard in quite a while, who I have just forgotten because I am retarded. Forgot his name. And I didn't write it down. Give me 1 second back, sorry.
Oh, good.
That's it. You have to mentally translate the name from Goblinoid to common to sort of native common Arcosian. And you realize that this whole thing is a beseechment to a specific demon prince. And that demon prince is Orcus.
Alright. I'm going to open the door.
You put your hand on the door to turn the handle to open it, and it is locked.
Hang on. What kind of lock is it?
Just a standard keyhole lock.
And what's the door kind of like? Is it like a reinforced wood or?
Yeah, it looks like it doesn't look like a reinforced wooden door, but you just know that on the door to the captain's quarters, your quarters, and your sort of inner sanctum of your like religious zone that leads to the like more private altar is reinforced wood.
And am I able to see through the keyhole?
You would normally, having a quick look, you realize that there is something blocking the keyhole from his side.
I would like to use the... Do I have a dagger? Yes, I do. Like the metal part of the dagger to try and get it under the door to see if I can look underneath.
Okay. I will allow that. I don't think there's a roll needed for that. Getting down, shooting the dagger like underneath, trying to like ping off vision from the dagger into the room itself. You can make out that he is hunched over what is presumably is going to be or is the summoning circle. You see that he is moving just generally his hand, whispering to some sort of... now that you're like down low and there's that small gap in the door and you're that close trying to see, you can sort of hear just a little bit better. And that his ramblings, he is beseeching Orcus to release some sort of father. Temporarily. And you see that there is a wide sweeping motion of his hand. You hear the sound of liquid hit the wall up. And you hear that he is giving his soul for the contract.
Wow. You gotta stop him from doing that.
I can...
That's pretty big. Pretty big dollar he's chucking down on the floor.
Yeah, huge. I'm all in, brother.
Soul? That's a big dollar, bro.
I am going to cast Create Bonfire.
Yep.
I can create a bonfire on the ground that you can see within range. And I would like to target the chalk and try to set it on.
Alright. You go through the process of casting this spell. And as you do so, you imagine it, verbal it, cast it. But you know that your spell gets counted.
Whoa.
The captain stands up almost immediately and turns towards the door.
I will also stand.
The last thing you see before standing up is a hand appearing from the circle. The hand is withered, old, rotted. You as you stand up, you hear movement coming, and then just the door. You hear the door being unlocked. The door opens a little bit, and he goes, "See ya. Give me one more moment. I'll be right there. Don't you worry."
I don't even wait for him to talk. I'm gonna fast as I can.
You gonna what? Sorry.
I'm gonna try and barge in.
All right. I need you to make for me a strength check, please.
See, it's not what it looks like. It's not what it looks like.
Yeah,
You will have to beat a 21.
that's impossible.
See, it's not what it looks like. It's not what it's like. Whoa, bitch, stay out, stay out!
As it is impossible to beat that. I have a -1 and I rolled a 3 anyway.
You sort of attempt to get into the room, and he sort of. It doesn't even look like he's putting any effort into it. He just holds that door there, and he looks at you with a somber but serious look, and he goes, "See ya. You're right. I apologize. This is an important event that I can't be dilly-dallying around." And he sort of just. He just pushes you back, slips by, and closes the door behind him.
The fuck are you doing?
You know what, Sia? I'm doing my best. And that's all I can do.
Making a deal? That's your best?
That's what I'm good for.
I could have not have got into your head that you think that's what you're good for.
I would say, Sia, 30 years of Zaibatsu career experience has taught me that making deals is something that I am good at.
Zaibatsu dog!
And what, this is gonna help you find your wife?
Yes.
He's lost.
There's so much for honesty, I suppose. What a stupid idea this is, and you know it.
Sometimes.
Is gonna walk off.
Alright. You walk off. You sort of feel that the captain doesn't move for a little bit, and then follows behind you. So, while that was happening, Finch makes his way up to the top deck. Ezekiel, you notice Finch coming up.
Finch. How are you, friend?
Oh, shit. Hello?
Alright. Are you worried about tonight?
In what way?
Well, with the captain of the ship Kiribashi, he might take you. You are small to be taken.
No, I'm not too worried.
That's good. Your faith in us is strong. I appreciate that.
Well, there's just a lot of people around, and I don't think it would sort of go very well.
Well, for either of us. If they were to have open war against us, it'd be a tough uphill battle.
Well, we're in a ship.
Could you do me a favor that I understand if you cannot fulfill it, but I must ask it. Could you use your eyes and to see what could happen tonight?
Well, in relation to what?
If a battle was to go underway.
If a battle was to go underway, well, no, you'd have to give me something specific.
If you were to be taken.
No, it would have to be something specific.
Oh, all right. The captain, Kiribashi.
All right. I'll look into the future of the captain, and I'll use my sight, eyes beyond sight.
Thank you.
All right. And what? We are looking into the future of the captain.
Yes.
The other captain. The other captain.
Do you want to give me time on that, or just the future?
I
well-
will say I requested tonight. So unless he chooses something else, I requested tonight.
Well, I don't know that I have that much control over it. It's always just been I pick either past, present, or future, and then a topic, and then whatever the eyes decide to show me is what gets shown.
All right.
So if I can narrow that band to the very, very near future, then I'm happy with that too.
I'll tell you what. I get a general feeling that if Finch would like to focus this to tonight, sort of following along in regards to what Ezekiel would like, I'll get you to roll me a d20.
Alright. Oh wait, I'm not allowed to roll on my fucking mouse pad, am I? What do I roll on? Oh shit. Okay. Alright, rolling. 2!
Okay. Your vision disappears, and just the general sense of darkness sweeps over you once again. And you are here on the ship. Conversations are being had. You are eating at the tables, but you see that across to the other side on another table is Ezekiel, and the captain he requested you to see the vision of. In this sort of vision, you see that they're playing a game of mahjong before the captain brings out a small box. And you see that next to the captain is the captain's looks to be a shipwright. You see that the shipwright, he says something, but everybody ignores him. And as you do so, you see that Ezekiel pulls a card from the box. And then Ezekiel turns to dust. And that's where your vision ends.
What did you see, Finch?
Well, I didn't see really how much of anything. I
Right.
think
No
I saw
battles?
you. Oh, I think no battles.
Oh, that's good.
I think I saw you die though.
What? What do you...
You just sort of died.
From what, Finch? I need to know.
Well, you pull out a card from a box.
Right. And where was this box?
It was at the dinner, right, on the deck.
Yes.
It was on the deck at dinner.
All right. Well,
I guess if it looks like a card, don't pick it up.
yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm not touching it. All right. Thank you, Finch. I really appreciate it. But there's nothing else. Like, no other dead people or...
Well, to be honest, I don't think I saw far enough into the future.
All right, well. And how did I get this card? Did I just pick it up, or what's this to go there?
Yep, it was in a box. You picked it up, and then you just you just turned into like 100,000 little flakes.
All right, well, if you see a card, I'm sure nobody picks it up, except for the captain. He can pick a card up. He might die from that.
Well, I think I think maybe you should just avoid picking up the cards.
All right. Well, none of us as well. I don't want any of us to die from a card.
Well, it depends on the card.
Well, what does that mean? The card I pick up different? What makes it different from the other cards?
I reckon I'd win
Finch, please.
against the card.
Don't. You could. You have the eyes to do so, but please don't pick up any cards. All right, they're all bad. They're all rigged.
I think the gems would take the hit.
And then you have no eyes. You'd be blind.
Oh no, I'd have no skin.
That's just as worse.
But I could take it.
During this conversation, Wessel sort of just appears, and he goes, "Well, it appears that the captain's gone downstairs to change into I believe what I could hear is that to a more formal attire from some olden days. It was part of a sect of something."
Right. Did you see what the captain was wearing in your vision, Finch? Oh, by the way, I died in this vision. Don't pull a card.
I wasn't planning to.
When he pulled the card from the box, was anyone holding it up to him, or was there just a box just on the table and he went, "Ooh, what's this?" and then picked it up and died?
No, the captain had pulled a box out, placed it on the table. You had seen that his right-hand man had said something. It looked like no one had paid attention to him saying something. And then Ezekiel drew a card.
Oh no!
That kind of sounds like you get commanded.
I'm getting mafia'd, man. Yeah, it's just fucking.
It kind of sounds like he cast command on you.
Yeah. Take a cigarette.
Draw.
Draw the cigarette.
He cast command and he said draw, and then you drew a card against your will.
Are you saying this as Finch, or are you saying this out like as you?
No, I'm saying this as me. I missed the bit where he said it sounds like someone said something, and I'm like, holy shit! I think he mind controls you to pick up a card. So I think me telling you not to pick up a card. I think me telling you that makes zero difference to that future.
I want to know. All I know is I pick up a card. I don't know I'm being fucking talking to at a table with this dude. All right, I don't know that. Tell me that part. That's important to me. I don't really know I'm dinner with you, bro. Oh, by the way.
Okay. Well, now you know what? Actually, now that Wessel said this, maybe I should do an extra point here.
Did you see him wear these formal clothing?
Well, no, but I was just sort of thinking back to that moment and thinking, well, what was the scenario there? I think you shouldn't watch out for cards. I think that's the wrong thing for me to tell you to watch out for. You should watch out for boxes that cards would be in. Because I think
Well, they can fit
I
in
want to
inside
say
box.
what happens is that someone brings out a box, and then someone casts a spell on you so that you do pick up a card.
Alright,
Irregardless of you knowing not to draw a card, someone enchants you, forces you with magic to pick up a
Right.
card, and it
So-
kills you.
Okay. So I just avoid all boxes.
If you see a box, pretend like it's a bomb.
What's a bomb?
Well, it's like a like a fuse with like
Oh right,
you know,
yes,
a black powder bomb. Yes.
Yes, I'm aware of those. Yes,
And let's just say it's enchanted with a glyph, and the glyph conditions are it goes off when you get within a couple meters. So when someone brings you a box, you need to pretend like that thing will explode if it gets too close to you specifically.
All right, I can make a scene or not make a scene with that because I could yell and it would scare the
Make a
person holding
scene
the box
or
away.
not make a scene. That depends on how much you want to keep your life, Ezekiel. Do you want to run away socially acceptably, or do you want to run away as fast as you can?
Admittedly, socially acceptably is not really part of my MO. I feel like being accepted.
I don't think I've ever seen you be polite in my life, Ezekiel.
I've been polite many times. Actually, Finch, every store that we've gone into, I have been polite. I've just exited not polite because they have not been polite back.
Well, well, see, that would be not polite, I would say. Hello is not polite, and if you drop being polite over the smallest jab, that's also well, that's not polite either.
Well,
I agree with Finch on this one, Ezekiel. You are not a generally polite person.
All right, well, fine. Okay.
I don't think. I just told you you're going to lose your life, Ezekiel. I don't think this is any time to like, oh, should I be polite about it? You're going to die. I just watched you die.
Well, I don't want to die, Finch. All right, so I will.
Okay, so run away. It doesn't matter if there's 10 tables and 4 chairs in the way. Just right through it.
I will do so. That's not polite of me to do that, by the way, but I will do that.
Towards the end of this sort of conversational argument, the Sia finally comes up and approaches you, and just a little bit behind her is the captain, who appears to be in good spirits.
Hello, Captain.
Gentlemen, Sia.
All right,
I've been told that...
the same. Do you not change clothes?
Oh, no, I did change clothes.
Oh,
I do look different.
Apologies. I something's on my mind.
You do notice that the only thing, sort of, besides his general gear is different. It very much looks like he is in combat attire, but it's sort of fancified to make it look a little bit more formal.
All right.
Besides that, he's got a cloth-like bandage wrapped around his left hand. And you can smell it, Ezekiel. It's fucking... That's blood.
What happened, Capt?
Putting this armor on, I nicked my hand. You know how it is.
Oh, yes, I can see that. Right. Can I roll insight on that?
Yeah, sure.
That's going to be a dirty 20, bro.
Dirty 20? If he'd nicked his hand on the armor, there is nowhere else that you can see where residual blood might be.
Right, Captain. Are you okay?
Never been better. I'm gonna just talk to the rest of the crew, go on the other ship, see what's going on, see whether that other captain's not up here that I can see now.
Kurabashi is going downstairs to change into a formal attire. I only fear that his version of formal attire, apparently which is an ancient one or something, could also be ready for combat.
Well, that would make 2 of us, you know. I wouldn't be surprised if they were also getting prepared.
Right.
As long as, you know, we aren't the ones to strike first. Alright. Gentlemen, see ya. And the captain walks off to talk to some of the crew.
I do worry about him.
He's making deals with demons, but yeah, sure.
What?
Well, I only hope.
This is fucked. He's making deals with demons. I'm going to die tonight with a card. What? We need to. Yes, see, I'm gonna pull a card or a box or something. So if I
Yeah, he gets killed by a card.
Yeah, okay, you say it like that, Finch. It really minuscules me. So I need you to not say it like that. I need you to put it in different terms.
Well,
but you know,
I mean, that is what happens, though.
It's a magical card that.
It's just Sia. Like, why are you acting like I've just like lowered you down in front of? Sia knows the deal.
Yes, I know. Look, we're going to enter battle. Finch. I wouldn't mind a bit of pep in my step. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm just telling C, you get killed by a card.
Saying it again does not help the situation, Finch.
Alright, I'll just stick next to you, okay? You won't die.
Alright, you just slap cards out of people's hands. That's all I can ask you to do. Or box.
Well, it's a powerful card. How about that? He gets killed by a really powerful card.
That is
It's a
much
strong
better,
card.
Finch. That's what I want to hear. Thank you.
What
It's
does he
much-
get killed? Like, how?
Well, I'm assuming he draws some sort of magic card.
Powerful.
And
No. Like, does he just kill over dead? Is he set on fire? What happened?
he's turned into like 1 million different pieces.
Disintegrate. Okay. That's gonna be hard to do if he's already picked up the card.
What? Who picked up the card? Someone's got the cards already, is that what you're saying?
No, I'm just saying we have to stop picking up the card in the first.
Right.
If
Well,
you just disintegrate.
Finch has told me that I should just run away from a box because that's where they get the cards from, is from a box. So any box I see that approaches me, I am out of there.
Wait, a card? This isn't the same card that monk guy was talking about back in Chengdu with the
You saw it,
Ronin.
not me, mate. So, oh well, if it's the same, if it's the card, and I go to explain it,
Isn't he a Ronin hunter?
yes, those are Ronin cards.
So okay, so it's that deck of cards.
Yes, which makes the term "killed by powerful card" more effective. Correct?
It's a set of Ronin playing cards that kills him.
Well, I would remove the term "playing" from there.
I'm gonna
Obviously,
need
not
that
just playing
explained.
cards, but nonetheless, yes. So they are obviously quite powerful cards. So we should, if I remember the box and you remember the box, if we see that box, we get out of there. Or was it a box in a box? Which one was it, Finch?
Was it a box in a box?
Yes, was the box that the cards sit in another box, and that was the box they pulled out, and they pulled the box out, or they just pulled the box out and the cards were inside the box. Like, was it a
I don't
special
know
box?
what box the cards sit in. I haven't
you-
seen the cards.
All right. Well, do they look like this? And I explained the boxes I saw in his downstairs.
It does.
Yes, it's the Ronin ones. All right, I know what they look like. If I see those, I'm out of there.
Well, at least you know what they look like.
Yes, I'll let you know. If you see me
Well,
go, oh, then you know they're
well,
the bad ones.
I mean, they kill you, not me. So you just let you know.
Well, you might get it. Look, your future is not written, is it? It's just an idea of what the future will look like. So, you know, it possibly could be a case that he finds you, he gets you in some sort of entrapment from his mate, and then his mate picks you, pulls the card, and you die, Finch. It could happen to you.
Interrupting this conversation is loud explosions, loud bang sounds, as fireworks are set off. And during this sort of extravaganza, meals are brought up from the lower decks. Everyone has now found a seat. The only sort of seats that aren't taken are those set for U4, and adjacent to U4, 4 more empty seats, specifically left empty. Making the way across from the ship is the second, the right-hand shipwright of Kiribashi, as well as 2 of the normal crew who appear to be a bit more hand-to-hand. And as plates of food are getting settled down in, it's sort of getting loud and sort of, not roughhouse, but it's like, you know, a celebration of sorts is being sort of made. And as this is going on and you guys are sort of settled to your seats, or shown to your seats specifically, the only people not in seats is your shipwrights, who stand sort of above deck, just in front of the wheel, sort of looking over. You notice that at least the 2 pure elven shipwrights are looking around guarded, scanning, watching. But it's the half-elf shipwright that is concerned and looks jittery, looks anxious. The captain, finishing making his rounds, just comes over and stands to the side. Someone he just takes from a plate that's serving and starts eating, watching over. And then Kiribashi steps up onto the deck. And Ezekiel, you feel fear, genuine fear, because of what he is wearing. And what he's wearing is one of the most sacred religious artifacts from your sect.
What?
Which is he is wearing as a belt the hide of Ibn Muzat. The legend of that belt is that it is the last remaining item that belonged to the Queen of Cat's brother, who she killed personally. For all intents and purposes, that artifact has a genetic effect on all children of the Queen of Cat. And so, for all intents and purposes, Ezekiel, you will have disadvantage to any charisma checks made, saves made against
Oh,
Irabashi.
God damn it.
Besides the belt, he is wearing a fine coated cape, cloak, and very basic rest attire. The center point being this belt.
Made to show it off.
Yeah. He looks over, and you can he knows, and you know he knows the effect it has on you.
Yeah.
And he smiles, like, witness me.
Yeah, I stand there stunned.
He makes his way across the ship over the purple arcane bridge, sits down at a table next to his right hand shipwright, and then he pulls out a deck of cards.
I run away! I run away! I run away! I run away!
And he starts dealing out the deck of cards, just a plain deck of cards. As the people across from him start to play a game of an off-brand Regashian poker.
Regashian poker.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, wow.
Regashian poker is just Texas Hold'em, except that the Joker cards get used, and they are whatever you would like them to be.
Yeah. I'm obviously pretty familiar with this game.
Yes.
Yeah. Do I recognize the box as the cards? Or you just dealt out cards, not the box.
He pulled the box out from just underneath the belt, and it did not look like.
Okay.
It's too small. Doesn't look anything like it. Looks very plain, uninteresting, unsuspecting.
Okay. I find the nearest seat that I can sit down that's fairly distanced away from him.
Yeah, that's fine.
I sit down, right hand on my fucking just head in hand, and stunned.
Nice. All right. What does everyone else like to do at this point in time? As sort of meals are getting served, and sort of the captain and his right hand, some of his crewmates are now seated sort of opposite you, but like another table away.
I want to the shipwright of the other ship.
Yep.
From the vision, the one that was carrying the box.
Yep.
I kind of want to find him.
Yeah, he is sitting right next to Captain Kiribashi.
And sort of just keep an eye. The goal mostly for me is just to make sure their captain survives the night. Our captain.
Yep.
So I'm kind of just going to be shadowing him a little bit, but sort of casually, you know. I'm not hiding. I'm not sneaking.
Yeah, that's fine. Keeping an eye out for him, watching him. He appears to be, as of right now, commentating on the luck of his captain's sort of, Regashian Poker's opponents, and the luck of their sort of winning that hand as more hands get dealt. Sort of the initial, it seems like the initial of everybody seating to have their first sort of meal happens quick. And then all of a sudden it's people are getting out to eat at other tables, and it's going to back it was before everyone was originally seated. As sort of taking a hint from their captain, the other ship's crews are now pulling out decks of their own, and are playing what appears to be the same as their captain Regashian Poga all around.
Before Finch goes, I would like to ask if, from what he saw, if there is a potential of a spell being used to tell, I forgot your name.
Ezekiel?
Ezekiel. To tell Ezekiel to pull a card. Who would he say the spell came from?
The person who spoke, I believe, was the person with the box. It was the right-hand man or something who said the spell.
And if he
And it was just verbal? Or
verbal.
did he, cast the spell?
It was a whisper. So no verbal components.
So at that point, the spell might have already been.
It could also be meta magic.
Okay. Essentially, C is going to keep an eye on everyone in this party, so Wessel, Ezekiel, and that, as well as the captain.
Yep.
And if her brain allows it, she'll keep an eye on the others as well. But if at any point it seems like the people around them are going to cast a spell and she can see that that spell is being cast to a counter spell, as subtly as she can, of course.
Yeah, no worries. Roll for me a perception check, please. As you will be doing a lot of watching.
21.
Nice. You feel confident in your abilities to keep a multitude watch out on both friends, captain, and possible enemy spell being cast. Wessel is going to go off and steal some gold. When he says that, he gives you a wink, Ezekiel, and then you see him sort of just disappear into the crowd, but in the direction of the other ship.
I head nod, but I do not have the energy to enthusiastically encourage him to do so.
No worries.
Can I like do a little mini pray?
Yeah, sure.
I pray to the queen and I go, "What do I do? Did you and I essentially ask her, did you see what he is wearing?" And I look
Roll for me a
towards
religious check.
All right. All right, +5. Come on. 23.
23?
Yeah.
You just like Queen, please. Help me with this. You got to know what he's wearing. And all you hear is the harshest of cat hisses.
Yeah.
Rage.
Yeah.
You get the feeling like if he has this belt, it was not given to him.
Yeah. All right.
But it also means that, at least from what it might have been in the past, where that belt was kept, what he would have had to have done to get it.
Yeah. Do I know any of the lore behind of where it was and how like, I guess, how secret it is? Yeah. Okay.
You know that belt was hidden deep beneath the Temple of Beset,
Yeah.
one of the major sort of, not temples, but stronghold religious fortresses for the Queen of Cats.
Yeah.
Like guarded and guarded and guarded. A small army was kept in place to protect that.
And this cunt's decimated that army.
He has the item that they were guarding.
I ask her, and this is purely out of hope that she feeds me strength, but I say, do I get that back?
Roll a religion check.
All right. This one's not as kind. 15.
You feel you're being, cats when they
Oh yeah. Yeah.
When that-
Ned bread with a fucking with the.
yeah, you feel that on your back.
All right. Cool.
You no longer have disadvantage on charisma saving throws.
Okay. Just checks.
Just checks.
Well, what I would lose, I lose deception, intimidation, and I lose persuasion. Okay. Damn, that sucks. That's my best stat too, eh? Okay. That's cool though. What does... obviously that doesn't affect my spellcasting ability?
No.
Alright, cool. Sweet. Cool.
The crowd that was sort of with Captain Kirabashi, sort of there's like an uproar as someone just lost a large amount of gold and electrum. And then, the captain goes, "Is there anyone else who would like to make some money?" And then the right hand looks to you, Ezekiel, and he goes,
Fuck off! No.
"Ezekiel, would you like to test your metal? I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw."
Oh, no. Alright, wisdom save?
Yes.
Alright, it's a +7. That's okay.
Before you tell me the result of that,
Yeah.
Sia, I need you to roll me an Arcana check.
Okay.
I rolled well. That's all I'll say. I rolled well.
12.
For a human.
12. I will say that you notice or you feel a spell being cast, has been cast, but the direction of that spell's origin, you're unsure.
I rolled a 17 +7, so it's 23.
All right.
24.
You felt a pull,
Yeah.
Ezekiel,
Yeah.
but not enough of a pull.
I say, in due time, I'm yet to fill my belly, and how could I test my metal if I don't have a belly full of food?
You see a slight change in his demeanor from like frustratedness to
Yeah.
back to just jovial. Very well, Ezekiel. Surely the Queen of Cats worshipper would like to test his luck before the night is over.
And I pick up an empty cup that's on the table, and I shake it towards him, and I put it back down. And my head goes back in my hands.
You know, Ezekiel, that a spell has just been cast on you,
Yeah.
but you do not know from who or where.
Yeah. Oh, come on,
Hey,
Wessel, hurry
damn.
up, bruh.
How do you feel, mate, knowing that someone literally just walked up to you and tried to kill you? Someone just tried to walk up to you in broad daylight and kill you,
It
bro.
was awesome, dude. It feels really good, dude.
Oh, you like that?
Nah, I didn't like it. Yeah, sometimes things hurt so good. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, man. Ezekiel, hurry up. Oh, it's a
Wessel
Wessel.
has
Yeah. Oh,
just infiltrated Captain Kiribashi's room.
come back with the glaive. Come back with the glaive. Come back with the glaive.
But he is potentially in a lot of danger.
Oh, come on, Wessel. Come on, Wessel. Wessel's good, man. He didn't take my invisibility potion, man.
No, he didn't. He acted quick.
He did act quick. And I was also not of the mind.
No. So, what does everyone like to do in this moment?
For me, if nothing changes, or like nothing like... as long as nothing happens, I'd like to give it, at max, 20 minutes for Wessel to come back to me with what he's got.
Yep.
If that doesn't happen in 20, I will act upon something.
All
I'll
right.
either determine whether it's I just go to Finch and we figure something out real quick, or I go for broke and I go and somehow I'll drink the potion, and I'm going to tell you my plan, and I hope that you don't, DM against it purposely or change your course route. But what I'd like to do,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm going to say it out loud because it helps me figure it out in my mind. I'll leave, walk away for like a second, so it matter, just main site, drink
Yep.
the potion, walk around. Does the captain have his back, like, bare? Like, does he have it? Is anyone like watching his back physically, like literally, so I can't get access to his back?
There's no one behind him, but
That's on
you
him.
are aware that his marshal, second in command, has moved closer, and the other two shipwrights flank him, and they talk to people around them. But you noticed his right hand marshal, his right hand has never left his sword
His hands on his sword the whole time.
whole time.
Yeah, fair. Fair. All right. Yeah. So maybe I don't, but my plan was just to go to the back and either rip the fucking belt off, or I'll divine smite him in the back.
All right, so we got a time limit before that happens.
20 minutes before I'd like to do that. Yeah, that's my
right, no
first
worries.
thought. And if Wessel doesn't turn up, not
You
that
go to
I'll
that.
actually do that, but just I'm gonna give myself 20 minutes in game, and then like the 5 minutes
A
out of game,
possibility.
to think about it. Yes, correct. Yes.
No worries. Sia and Finch.
With that
Um,
happening and the spell, Sia's just going to work her way closer to Ezekiel because she knows that he was likely the target,
Yep.
to try and get a better idea of where it came from.
No worries. And because of just your attentive, like eagle watching, you notice that sort of as you're coming up, sort of next to Ezekiel, and just sort of having some small talk with him while you're watching. You notice that frequently the second in command of the shipwright constantly looks at Ezekiel,
Fuck.
pondering, waiting for something.
I do eat, by the way. I do get food and eat.
Yeah, it's fine. Food is given, like, people are bringing out, constantly being fed before other plates are brought back downstairs.
I thought Finch was
Finch.
the target, bro, not me.
What would you like to do? During this time as well, the Captain Kiribashi moves tables closer to Ezekiel. Never close, like, never towards him, but always to the side, as he deals with the group that I want to play and just like the chance of winning money against another captain.
He's a chess.
Uh,
He's a fucking
we're-
checkers player, man.
Where when the crowd gets small enough, he moves table, and then all of a sudden, the crowd gets big again.
He's a checker. He's a checker piece.
Wessel has unlocked one of 3 locks.
Oh, come on, Wessel, please.
he's making his way.
Finch, what would you like to do?
My plans are unchanged. I'm still keeping an eye on a Captain Rikoshi.
Yeah. He is sweating.
He's sweating,
He's sweating.
like good sweating, or
He appears to be jovial, having fun with his own game of mahjong. Looking at it, it looks heavily modified, very underground black market sort of mahjong, and you know that he's scamming the other ship's crew people of their money.
what? What the hell is he up to?
But he is sweating. You see that you're able to tell that like he is going through slowly but very quickly at the same time a physical transformation. His skin has started to turn blotches of yellow, and his eyes are shifting to a sickly green yellow color.
Alright.
But whatever is happening to him physically, at least appearance wise, isn't affecting the pip in his step, so to speak.
Okay. Well, yeah, but my plans are unchanged. I'm still trying to keep as good an eye on him as possible and keep an eye out for any danger that might approach him.
All good, all Gucci. Right. Crowd gets smaller as until finally the captain is now adjacent to Ezekiel. And he goes, "Oh, Ezekiel, please come play a game. You would be great at it."
Kiribashi, I think I would do great. I mean, it is my nation's game, of course, but I'm just not ready yet. Do you mind giving me another 10 minutes or so?
His right hand
Yeah.
looks concerned. And then he goes, Ezekiel, surely time is of utmost here. I say it would be quite wise of you to play at least 5 games with the captain. Best 2 out of 3 wins. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Do I give my answer?
See ya. Roll for me an Arcana check with an advantage, please.
Dirty 20.
Ezekiel has just been is being affected by a spell, and it is coming from either the captain or his right hand.
Oh, 26.
What are either of them doing?
Smiling
Nothing.
motherfuckers, man.
The captain is shuffling a deck of cards while his shipwright signalman has just asked Ezekiel for 5 rounds.
Then I would like to target the right hand with.
Yeah. What are you targeting with?
What do you mean?
I like. Are you counterspelling him or trying to
Yes.
counterspell it if you think he's casting a spell?
Yes.
Sweet. Then I'm going to need you. What level are you going to cast this at?
If they're being quiet about it, then I'm gonna cast 4th level.
4th level. All right. Uh, then you need to beat a 17. Oh, and actually, you're casting it at 4th, so you need to be at a 16.
Oh, thank fuck. I rolled a 16.
Ooh.
The spell goes off. In the spell weaving of Counterspell, Beck, you know that here, the second shipwright, the right hand, has subtle casted Geas at 7th level. You counterspell is not successful, as the other shipwright counterspells your counterspell.
Shit.
It's alright, I rolled high.
And what'd you get?
26. I rolled a 19. So 19 plus 7 is 26.
All right. You are not affected by Geas.
Yes,
I say
that's some serious shit.
to this man, I go,
The only thing is that Beck is unless you subtle casted that counterspell, Beck, no one else has made the performative work of casting a spell.
who's doing it naturally?
They're doing it quietly.
How the fuck?
So if you want to not raise a big enough issue, I'll let you make a performance check to, it's up to you.
It would
'Cause
have
the
to be performance.
Yeah, your counter spell was not publicly known. You know this, Beck, as a sorcerer yourself. So roll a performance check if you want to sort
21.
of hey, nice. How would you like to, not so much make it known that you tried to cast a spell?
I would like to knock a drink into Ezekiel.
All right.
And that hopefully gives him an excuse to leave.
My mind did not think about leaving, but that's fucking funny.
Yeah. With that, I will give me some. I got to roll some dice.
Yeah, my mind is like, oh, my belt's ruined. Can I borrow yours, Captain?
What did you get again, Beck? 21.
Yes.
Takes the bait. Takes the bait. Takes the bait. Takes the bait. All right. From appearances, it looks like it works. During this sort of the kerfuffle, you knock over not just one but two drinks onto Ezekiel, who sort of makes a noise, and everyone goes as sort of the readiness of the crowd nearby sort of like take away from whatever it might have been.
Yeah, I stand up and go, oh, what the I'm sorry, Captain. I must return to my quarters for a moment to change my pants. This is awful. I'll be back in a few minutes. I apologize.
By all means, Ezekiel, go change.
You see, you must come with me to change my pants. And I see her to leave the table as well, as she is not alone to these dangerous people.
What do you need assistance for? Then she's gonna follow anyway.
As next to me walks away like, thank you for that. This will give me a few minutes to see if Wessel comes back.
No worries. As you two are leaving, a quick glance behind you. It seems that whatever plan that they might have had looks like it failed before their attentions turn to the only member of your group still on the deck, alone, Wessel. Finch.
God. I do think about Finch. I do.
If I see that, and we are far enough away that I think they won't notice, can I cast invisibility?
I'll drink my potion as well.
On yourself or on someone?
On both of us, so it makes it look like we left, but we are still there, keeping an eye on Finch.
I've got my potion if you need. I can do that.
Yeah, I can, if you guys leave, basically head through the door and down, and then you guys do whatever you guys want to do. Below deck, you guys have got the safety of privacy.
Yeah, the minute we get out of their eyesight, I'll drink my potion, and then I'll go back in the deck.
Right.
Oh, unless I got true sight, then fucked.
Mm. Who knows what this captain might have?
He's got everything, dude. Well, at least we can
Even if he has true sight, and I am telling Ezekiel this, even if he can see us, we can still. There should be enough people there to hide behind.
My question is then, and I say this to you, look, let's say I drink this potion and they can see us still. Do they know that we've drinking a potion, or do they see us as normal? Like, do they see some sort of do they know they are breaking a barrier?
Wessel has failed on the second lock.
We don't know that.
I feel like
Would they know?
that is a better question for Finch. I don't know.
Fuck it, it's worth it. Let's take this. Let you go invisible. I'll drink my potion, and we'll go find Finch, and we'll just quickly get his attention and go, "Hey, Finch, by the way, bro, with your eyes, can you see that I'm invisible, or do you just see me as normal?" I'm assuming it's not that case, and I'm sure he would give us some sort of shimmer or something, maybe, or an outline around our bodies, but maybe it's worth just checking that quickly first.
Yeah, worth it.
Alright.
I would also recommend stealthing to the best of your ability.
I cannot do that, but I'll give it a shot. As you can look at me, I am wearing heavy armor.
That's why I said the best of your ability. Mine's not any better.
Right, yeah, fair enough. Alright, are we out of sight right now?
Yeah, you guys are below deck.
Right.
And I drink my potion.
I cast invisibility.
Alright, and if you are going to stealth, roll away.
Alright.
5.
I rolled 5 as well. Actually, no, I got disadvantage. Give me a sec. I would have rolled 5, or I would have rolled 12. I rolled 5, mate.
Alright, nice.
That sucks.
But, well, either way, you guys come back on top of the deck. No one sort of looks in your direction. No one makes any notice of your of you being there.
I go to Finch and I try to get.
But while you guys were away, Finch,
Yes.
noticing that sort of you are there, the captain goes, apologies. Are you by a fellow of the name Finch?
Yes, that would be me.
Excellent. He taps his right hand on the shoulder, and his right hand goes,
Get out of it, Finch!
well, in that case, Finch, would you like to play some cards? And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
No, Finch, you gotta die for the cards!
I can make a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look him right in his fucking eyes, and I'm gonna tell him, "Nah, I'm good. I'm doing something. I'm working." Where's my wisdom?
Oh, I'm gonna come back. I wanna see Finch in his million little pieces.
Oh, I'm a rogue.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a monk, so yeah. Okay. I thought I had. Right. Let's go. My wisdom is What did you beat this with, Mike? Was it 26?
26. I beat 26. I had 26 and 21.
All right, I'm gonna need a nat 20.
Finch, you're going to die. We're coming, dude. We're coming.
Did you hear that roll?
I did hear that roll.
That will be an 18.
You agree with his suggestion.
Oh no.
Do I have a legendary action?
You do not.
We're not going for that long.
It's they as soon as you guys started leaving, change of plans.
Yeah.
So you make your way towards the table that has been cleared for you, and then from the captain's belt, he
No!
pulls out
Vince,
a
no!
deck
He's
of
gonna
cards.
die!
From what?
From underneath his belt, he pulls out the deck that you had seen in your vision.
Oh, Finch, you're dead,
All right.
bro. Get out of there.
I believe you can only resist. You only get a chance to resist Gias once per day. So for me to break the enchantment, I would need to wait until tomorrow.
That is if you are affected by Geas, and not another spell that affects some person's mental state. Because you weren't ordered to. It was suggested to you.
Oh, okay.
The captain pulls out the deck, pops the lid, and 22 cards standing tightly and packed. As he tilts it towards your direction, the captain goes, "You can draw first. Draw a card."
What game are we playing?
The stakes are higher, my friend. I say we play a game of life.
I'm not familiar with this game.
That's okay. No one ever is until you play it once.
So, what are the rules?
Each card will have its own rules, and we play based upon the card. The challengee always goes first.
So I'm just picking up, what, 3 cards, 4 cards?
We pick up one each,
Alright.
and then we, depending on what the rules of the card are, we'll pick up 2.
I'll pick up the deck, and I'll deal him a card. And I'll deal myself a card.
Alright. As Ezekiel and Sia come back on deck, you notice and see that Finch has in his hand, Ezekiel, the deck that you had seen below deck.
Alright, cool. I fucking enact my original plan, and the minute I see that shit, I sprint to his back.
You sprint, and before you can interrupt him, he has already pulled 1 card.
Finch?
Yes.
Yeah.
As you pull the card, Finch, flip it over and hand it to the captain.
I don't flip it over, I'm dealing it to him face down. He hasn't told me enough about the rules. He's just told me that we get 1 card each, so I went poker style, flip 1 to him, and flip 1 at me. The dealer never deals to himself first.
True, but unfortunately the magics of this deck override any other. And you deal as you flip over the card to the captain, the jester. You get the strong urge to draw 2 more cards entirely against your will. Or you gain an additional level.
Oh, wow.
What? I either draw 2 more cards or get a level.
Yes.
Considering, like, 8 of these cards kill me immediately in some sort of fucked up way, like the whole ship crashes, or I get a sword that can kill anything, including me, and I have to pick it up. I mean, what's the level? What's the catch with the level?
as we don't work on experience and milestone instead, it is an instant level up if you choose it. Because you pulled the Jester.
Okay, I don't know anything about the deck of many things other than that Reaper that showed up and the sword that like fucks everything.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm not gonna draw 2 extra cards.
Yeah, fuck that. Get your level, bro, and fucking.
I'm gonna get the level.
Then you can use level down shit, kill this guy with me, and we can fucking win this game, bro. That's fucking.
Well, technically, I don't level up until we long rest.
That's not the rules of the game. Is that the rules of the card? Does he get the shit
You
right
level
now?
up. He levels up instantly.
Hey, bro, get your shit right now, dude. Get your shit. Get your
I
levels.
level up right now. Okay, is time gonna freeze, or did Ezekiel get to me before I dealt myself another card?
So you draw this card. You draw it, turn it, flip it, and you feel the gems work over time. And as it does so, you feel the world slow around you. And in this sort of looking around to see that everyone else is slowing, you see that Ezekiel is mid-sprint to your direction. Behind him, Sia. Except they don't look like they are there. They look like how you've seen invisible people before.
Ah, fuck. They would know when it comes to them.
During this slowed period, you are allowed to finish a level up.
He's gonna roll
Okay.
max on his HP, aren't you, Brent? Max on HP. Gonna get all
No, I
his
didn't-
shit back.
I didn't roll max, but I did roll big.
I will let you know that as soon as you finish your level, time will resume. Ezekiel will have to make a dexterity, a check that involves movement to get to Finch before he draws the second card.
Yeah, cool. I'm not going to get Finch. I'm going to get him, by the way.
You gonna get the captain?
Well, okay. Well, if Finch is about to draw a card, like his own card, and fucking flip it, then yes, I will get to stop Finch and I'll go fucking bang. I'll back his hand and drop the card. Or whatever it is going to stop the card from being fucking played via his hand.
Alright, well, so it's a case of you've seen Finch pull the card, and then you essentially everything gets frozen.
So to confirm, just while he's doing his level, I can see this, right?
Yes.
Finch has grabbed the deck from old mate
Yep, he's held the deck. He's already flipped one card out.
for himself.
It's basically you saw him pick the card. He's just turned it. You can see that. I would say that you could see a sense of like, why am I flipping this card before
Yeah.
he flips the card on the table, pushes it across,
Yeah, which is the Jester,
which is the Jester card.
which he draws. And he's going to draw a second card for himself?
He's going to draw a second card for himself, but it doesn't matter either way because that's not how the deck works.
Yeah, I know. Okay, cool. So the deck, so he's just naturally drawing another card.
He is just naturally going to draw
Okay.
another card.
Okay, well, I don't understand the rules of the game, but I see him
No.
drawing a card for himself, which means he's gonna fucking draw the bloody fucking million pieces of paper fun, and so I need to stop.
There,
him
yeah,
from that.
so it's a case. Yeah, there. I will give Ezekiel just enough sort of workaround knowledge that, like, he's drawn a card. He didn't instantly turn to thingy, but the possibility of him turning to be dust, or at the very least, a giant Grim Reaper is about to slice these ships in half.
Yeah. So what I will do is, if when it comes to my turn, and if he is drawing another card, if I think that the only way I can stop him from getting affected by this card is me grabbing that card off him, then I'll do that. If I can smack his hand before he ever gets any chance to actually like flip it, then I'll do that. But if I think that the flip is going to happen nonetheless, and the only way I can think of is either even if I fucking cut his hand off, it's not going to do shit. So I'm going to take that card before it gets flipped. If I think the flip is inevitable. But if it's prior to doing the flip, if he's got this fucking hand like this, and the card's still face down, then
So,
I'll chop
we
his hand
would
off and
like-
fucking stop the card.
Our first option to be, if possible, stop Finch from drawing a second card.
Yes.
If that is not possible, the second one is stop him from flipping the card.
Yeah.
And if that's not possible, we're just going to go after the
myself.
big guy. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we do it too. We can do that too. I was having to take
Yeah.
the card effect and like sacrifice essentially from any bad thing happening, taking that card and dying.
Yep.
But if I can't do that, then yeah,
Do
boof, the big boy.
from what
Yes.
Thea would understand on how these type of spells work, would a person still react like a normal person in the face of danger?
That is a wonderful question, and I will let you roll a history check.
4.
Unfortunately, during your travels, the artifacts that the Ronins have from War in Heaven days, you just don't have enough experience with or in. Because when you first entered Arcosis, there were no such thing as Ronins. There were tales of vast, powerful magical artifacts, clothing, weapons, items. But you just don't know enough. Or have heard enough to... you can make a justified guess if you'd like, and then go off that.
So for this particular draw, it is the artifact that's telling him to draw again.
It is the universal work of the cards that is affecting him non-instantly when he draws the card, irregardless of what his intentions with the deck is.
Right. So that's something I feel like I can counter. If it looks like they are going to tell him to do it again, I'm simply going to try and cast Bonfire on whoever I believe is going to cast the spell in an attempt to interrupt the spell card or the command.
All right.
There is nothing I can do about him drawing that card again. I'm sorry.
No. He will be within the works of sort of drawing a second card. Or at least possibly drawing a second card. In regards to Finch, all you know once you've drawn this card is that the card has just... You've just slowed. Time has sort of stopped in a way, and your gems have just kicked in a strange way. You feel just a general sense of a level up in a way. I don't really know how else to sort of explain you feeling good.
Well, I've completed my level up, and Finch now has the record for most passive perception I've ever had on a character. He has 20 passive perception.
Wow, that's awesome. Hopefully you get to keep playing that and increase it.
Alright. If that is the case, Ezekiel, did you find which skill you would like to roll?
Yeah, so you said dexterity, or does it have to be a
I
dexterity?
will. It had to be sort of an athletic movement-based skill. It could be dexterity, athletics, acrobatics.
I'd like to take athletics if I can.
Yeah, you can. I've given you the choice to reach there, but you will need to beat a 16.
I've got a +7. I'll roll a 10. 17, bro.
All right. As time starts back up again, Finch, and you go to draw the second card, there is the sound of running as Ezekiel comes up. He is too late to stop you from drawing a second card. As you pull it, the artifact works of the deck of many things kick in, irregardless of anyone else's wishes and wants. As you pull the card, what was our second option, Ezekiel? You were just going to try and take the card off him?
If I know that the card's effect is going to happen, then I want to try and take the card off him.
All right.
Because there's no way I can stop the card, right? Like, the minute the card's drawn, that's it. The mechanics of that card kick in. And, like, from my perspective, I don't have the strength to fucking go cancel fucking shit. But, like, in my mind, because I don't really know that much about the deck, if he draws the shit and I take it, my mind thinks if anything was to happen with that card, it'd happen to me.
It'll happen to you.
While it's based on the person who drew it, it's whoever flips it down. That's my mind. That's where I think is like,
yep.
Whoever puts it down takes it, because I'm sure in ancient times, people played fucking hot potato or pass the parcel with a card. You know, music stops. Like, oh, it's me. You know what I mean? Like I or like a Russian roulette style with the card, right? That's what I imagine the fucked up places of the world would have done at some point. So, yeah, if he draws it, then I take it. If it's too late for me to take it, then I go straight to the big boy and bash him.
All right. Finch, you draw the second card to deal for yourself. And as you do so, pulling out the card from the deck, Ezekiel's hand grabs it, takes it off you.
Can I attempt to dodge?
If you would,
it's been suggested to me that I'm playing this game, and then some drunk fucker comes over my shoulder to steal my card, or it's not even mine. It's not my deck. It's this guy's deck, and I'm just sitting here like, who the fuck is this?
Yeah, if you would like to make a dexterity.
I have 20 passive perception now. I would have fucking. I have true sight within 20 feet. I may as well.
Would you know it was me?
Not instinctively, probably not.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not. You're coming from behind me, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. Well, in my mind, I don't know. Like in my mind, he's sitting next to you. What, like, you know, if it's like something you're dealing here. That's what.
No, he is. The captain is in front of him.
Oh, then he would have seen me for sure. Right?
Oh no, like you are behind him. The captain is in front of Finch.
Oh, right. Ah. Okay. Does that change? Because I feel like maybe I misinterpreted when I said I run behind him. I meant the captain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like to get the
you
captain.
Would like...
I was gonna fucking rip the captain's belt off, or I was gonna fucking whack him.
Okay, well that was.
In that case, I'm happy to still stick and go behind.
Okay, so we will run it in what I feel like is the first couple of options, which is the card has already been pulled. You're not there to pull the card. In that split second, it's the case of if Finch doesn't play this card, it's not going to affect him. He's not going to turn to dust. I'm going to take that gamble.
Yeah.
So you go to grab the card.
Yeah.
Finch, unsure of exactly what the plan is, can make a dexterity saving throw to be like, "Oh, drunk, get away from me," before sort of being like, "Oh, that's Ezekiel.
That's fine.
He's invisible."
Can I attack this? Can I still attack the captain from where I am with Finch? Like, have that wide where I can't fuck. I'm like, I've got no reach.
There is a bit of reach there, yes.
You like you can the sword I've got's got. I'm pretty sure it's got. Oh, it doesn't got reach. In my mind, that
your sword doesn't have reach, no. So Finch.
All right.
Want to roll that dexterity saving throw?
I got 14.
14.
Quite beatable.
I will base that against Ezekiel's original athletics check. And unfortunately, Ezekiel is just that bit quicker. You take the card from Finch's hands with Finch's, look of surprised expression that you have done this. And as you take the card and hold it in front of you, it has the mark of a bird's talon.
Oh, what does that mean?
I need you to roll me a religion check, please.
Alright. Fuck, that turned me into a bird. Religion check? That's 17 plus 5, that's 22. Come on, please.
You feel, as you hold this card, to safeguard against Finch. No, I took the card. Don't let Finch be affected by it. And in this sort of prayer, this urge, you feel the presence of the Queen of Cats lending you aid. And as such, the effects of the card, which were originally going to affect Finch, now get put onto you. And as the effects wash over you, Ezekiel, all worn and carried magical items are disintegrated. Any artifacts in your possession
I
disappear.
die! I die!
No, you don't.
What the fucking the necklace? I'm pretty sure necklace,
Yes.
if it's gone off me, I die. I'm fairly certain that's what that shit says, dude. Can I read it to make sure that's the case? The necklace cannot be removed except by means of a wish spell or an effect that removes curses. That's what that says.
Yep.
I'm sure I read what it says. If I lose it, I die. But
I deem the powers of the deck of many things equivalent to wish spells.
Okay.
Thus is the nature of the deck.
Yeah.
So
And it is-
at the cost of losing every other crazy item you have removed that fucking necklace, essentially.
That's not bad. You would have lost your eyes, dude.
He would have lost more than his eyes.
Fuck oath, you would have lost more than his eyes.
The powers of a wish spell cannot affect that of a god.
Hey, he's the DM, bro. Yeah, I ain't the DM. Alright. I just interpret the rules as such.
There is a pause and a gasp as the card is picked out of Finch's hands and then is just held there. Visible. Floating in the air. What do you do?
Okay, so in that moment, all my shit's dropped. I've just
No.
lost necklace, right?
All your magical items and artifacts are disintegrated.
Yeah. What does that leave me with? Is my sword magical?
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Alright, so lose the sword, I keep a dagger, I got my claws. Okay. That's rough. Okay, can I... How close am I to his right-hand man? To Kurobashi's right-hand man? Am I
He's
close
across
to-
the table.
Fuck. Alright. Is there any way I can nab that dude's sword, or a sword that I can see as quick as I can?
I will say, looking around, there is a guy, a drunk, just crew member, just with a sword on his belt. It looks like, I will say, with an action requirement, you could grab his sword off him.
One action, I'm not a fighter. Okay. Okay. Alright, dude. Damn, I haven't got haste. If anything gives me another action, I don't. Alright,
And for clarity, Wessel has unlocked the third lock.
okay, cool. But I also don't know that, right?
No, but this is just so you guys are aware of what Wessel
Yeah.
is up to during this
Yeah,
time.
cool. Okay, alright, dude. I am going to, in this moment... I'm gonna launch for the tap. I'm gonna launch for the... Ah, no, I don't want to go for the captain. I want to go for the captain. I wanna go for the captain.
While you think about this,
Yeah.
Sia and Finch.
Well, am I still suggested?
The suggestion was just to ask you to sit down and play. There was no sort of rules in regards to that sort of playment. And at the sudden of this card being taken by, you realize that invisible Ezekiel, that gives you a little bit of free clarity to decide what you would like to do next.
Do I kind of the realization floods in, right, that I got charmed by the right hand man specifically not the captain, but the right-hand man who came up to me and made a suggestion.
I will say that the notion that you have been a spell has been casted upon you. You've been magicked to play this game. There is no way for you to know, but it would be a good guess to say that it was the right hand who cast that spell on you.
Yeah, more so I just wanted to know the direction, because it would vastly change how Finch would react. One would just be, oh, that was a little bit weird. And the other one would be, I literally do the split kicks to the table and flip it up and over to put something really big between me and them immediately. Where is the deck?
The deck is still in your hand.
Oh, I can't keep that shit.
Well, then I do the second option. I split kick the fucking table up to, I mean, not that it will stay standing up, but just that it immediately obscures where I am, and then fucking, I don't know, man. I want to beat the piss out of the right-hand man right now. But I think I will just kick the table and then slink off as fast as I possibly can. Cutting action dash, full action dash, fucking...
With the deck in your hand?
Yeah, I think at the first possible point where I can stop moving, that shit's going right in my pocket.
I will need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
I can do that.
You said that before.
In an attempt to stop playing this game.
Oh, I see. That is a dirty 20.
Not bad.
Alright. Sia, what would you like to do? This will all happen essentially at the same time.
What is the crowd doing?
The crowd is just a sense... The small crowd that's gathered is a sense of like, we have no idea what this game is. At least your ship's crew has no idea what this game is. The members of the other ship's crew are filled with faces, some drunken, some not, of wondrous glee as to what might happen. A sense that this, whatever card game that is being or taking place, is one of immense entertainment. Apart from that, there is the sense of like, oh my god, what's going on? Why did Finch react that way? The card is standing in hanging in the middle of the air, unaffected by the effects of what the invisibility spell would do, which would turn it invisible as well, but it does not. But looking around, at the very least, the group, and what ship's crew members are there are outnumbered 2-1.
Fucking hell, I've lost
Give
so
me-
much shit, eh? Black Rod gone, Mithril Bar stays there, Persian gone. Stone of Good Luck Ring is gone.
Ezekiel, are you a willing person?
I mean, I guess so. I'm not.
Then
I'm unwilling to them, but to you, I'm sure I'm fine.
As far as everybody else is aware, this is just them playing a... So what I would like to do, to try and not initiate a fight, essentially,
Yes.
while invisible, I would like to try and tackle Ezekiel through a dimension door into a lower part of the ship.
That could work, but I don't want to leave French.
Okay.
Bruce just ran away.
Yeah, but Russell's gonna come back and be killed. Yeah,
So-
I guess he has run away. Yeah.
I don't want to go too far. Like, if we just go back behind the door that we just came from in the direction that Finches would be running, that would
Yeah.
be fine by me.
That is, you've got the range on that dimension door, and where you want to place it is perfectly fine.
Quick question, Jacob.
Yes.
This thing that's destroying my shit. That doesn't.
Yes.
Does that destroy my fucking holy symbol? So I lose my paladin stuff?
Would you count that as a magical item?
Not really. It's a spiritual item. You know, like. How do you see it, mate? If you say yes, then that's fine. But I don't really want to lose everything. You know what I mean?
I roll for
Yeah.
Queen of Cat intervention.
Yeah.
She did not grant it a second time.
Okay, so I've lost my holy symbol.
Yes.
Fuck.
You're a
No
naked little
spells.
cat. You're a naked little cat.
Is that right? I lose all my spells?
You don't lose your spells. You just lose what could essentially be your way to cast them.
Yeah, okay. Which is the case then. Because I've lost my sword, I've lost my holy symbol.
The ship has other holy symbols. You just need a holy symbol to cast spells
You
through.
don't even tune to that shit?
No.
Oh, okay, that's good then. Okay, well, cool.
But the other holy symbols are in the bowels of the ship.
Which is conveniently where she's dimension doored me, right?
No, she is dimensioning door you to the basically just before you enter the deck. Now, sure, Ezekiel is a willing person, but as everything is happening at the same time, you will have to shout out to Ezekiel to just essentially let it happen when you go to tackle him, Sia.
That itself won't break the invisibility, just the spell will, so I will do that.
Alright. And then it will be up to Ezekiel whether, during the chaos of his mind, that is something that happens.
Alright. Do I see Finch get away?
As everything is happening at the same time,
Yeah.
Sia tackling you, you doing whatever you wanted to do, which I guess would have been grabbing that guy's sword, as you essentially have lost everything.
My original plan was, which is why I asked, is my original plan is I was going to Daunting Roar against the captain,
Yeah.
and then use, if I was allowed to use a bonus action and an action, was to do that, and then use my action to use my champion's thing to essentially do that again. But essentially, what I wanted to do was use Daunting Roar at the captain specifically to make him frightened of me, and then at the same time use my champion's challenge.
Now,
with the
can
roar.
Daunting Roar be singled out, or is it an AoE?
No, it's a single out. So Daunting Roar is, whereas Daunting Roar, I lost it. What I was reading it for. Daunting Roar. As a bonus action, one special rest, I can let out a menacing roar. Creatures of my choice within 10 feet of me. So I was going to choose him.
Yep.
That can hear me must make a wisdom saving throw, or become frightened of me. And then use my champion's thingamajiggy, which is champion challenge. I compel any chosen creatures within 30 feet of me to make a wisdom saving throw. And if they fail, then they must willingly move 30 feet away from me. So that's the plan.
Yes?
But if I lose my spellcasting, do I lose my champion's challenge as a fucking channel divinity?
As a channel
mind,
divinity,
Yeah, because in my mind I do, but I don't know.
I view channel divinity not like spells.
Yeah,
Channel
okay, cool.
divinities are more of an extra thing that you have, a general, an orific use. They're not a
Yeah.
spell, so you don't need to, need a holy symbol for it.
Yeah,
It's like it's more of a class thing instead of a caster thing.
yeah.
So I
alright.
will allow that.
Yeah, okay. But I am defenseless. I have no weapon. I have no spells. Because I would have felt that, right? Like the holy symbol breaking. I would have felt.
You would have lost. Yeah, you would have known that
Yeah.
that sort of connection to the Queen of Cats is gone on instantly.
Yeah, if that's the case, then I think I probably would. My last thing would be to keep eyes on Finch, but I probably would allow it to be taken. Because if anything, he can get away, and better than I can. And if I'm there against those guys, I'm dead. There's no way I can win with that vessel. So I will put belief into Finch that he will get out of there, and then
Uh-huh.
I will allow Sia to do what she is asking me to do.
Okay. So, Finch, you kick the table up. As you do so, Sia charges towards Ezekiel. As all this happens, Sia calls out to you to just let it happen. You agree to do so, and the next thing you sort of feel is you and her are popped through a door, out of another door, into the corridor of the ship, behind the door to the deck. Finch, you've kicked the table up and you've run off. In what direction are you running?
Well, I was thinking about that because in one way, I was thinking of just running into their ship, but then I was like, okay, Wessel's over there. Actually, I should probably not do that. So I am just going to run into our ship. I think my intention is going to be to start a fight, but first off, I need to find somewhere to stash the deck in the meantime, and somewhere where not some fucking stupid peon goblin is going to fucking just be like, oh, what's this? And then just pull a card, and then a kilometer tall skeleton comes and slices both our ships in half. So I am sprinting into I want to sprint into our room.
You want to sprint downstairs. You'd like to leave the deck and go downstairs.
Yeah, I wish I could find it Evander, honestly.
Last you know of, Evander is in the bowels of the ship.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, that can happen, especially with your speed and sort of as everything going. It's a case if you kick the table up and it's sort of the chaos, like, yo, what's happened? You are busting through, across the last bit of the deck to the door to down. Unfortunately, as you are making your way, a drunkard bumps into you. And as he does so, he pulls a card.
He pulls a card.
What? Oh, tell me, Jake, you've got this fucking, you've got this written up, ready to go, and not just fucking randomly pulling this shit.
As he does so, you hear, as you run past him, a soberness wash over him almost instantly, as he goes, I wish my wife never died. And then he's disappeared.
Put that deck in your pants or something, dude.
You bust through the door underneath as a commotion comes up behind you, and as you bust through, you see Sia and Ezekiel sort of just there, waiting for you. I will say for Ezekiel, the invisibility has dropped.
Yeah, for sure.
And so Sia and Ezekiel are there standing in plain view.
Finch, oh, you're right.
No, I'm still running.
Up past us?
Yep, I'm gonna keep running. I need to get to our room as fast as possible to stash the deck and then run back up on top of the deck. I'm going to run past you two and just say, make sure the captain doesn't die, and then sprint down and, head to our room.
I got nothing to fucking...
Ezekiel?
Yes.
I will let you borrow this, but you are dead if it breaks. And she's going to let him borrow the +2 short sword.
Yeah! And I fucking, I fucking war cry. And I go...
And before you run off...
Well, I'm not running. I'll wait for you to run off, maybe, yeah. Short sword, alright? Short sword.
Essentially, that key to the labyrinth, can it theoretically be considered a holy symbol?
It is a holy symbol.
You may borrow this as well.
Is
Same
it
thing,
+2
if it breaks, you are dead. Sorry?
Is it +2 you said the short sword?
Yes.
Fuck yeah, awesome, cool. Then I grab it and I go, I won't allow things to happen to it.
You grab the key from Sia this really important religious artifact.
Yeah.
And you know the Queen of Cats almost instantly is not happy.
I give it back to her. I go, fuck it. Nah. Nah, I give it straight back. I go, I don't need my spells. Alright, I need the Queen, and we need to save the Captain, as Finch said. And find Wessel.
There is a loud commotion that erupts on the deck.
Yeah.
Screaming is taking place, and the ship tilts. Sia, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Away from the deck, or like from the bridge, or like away from the bridge, like inwards or outwards?
The ship just starts to...
Okay, yeah, okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Keep going.
and Sia, you need to make a Constitution saving throw because you feel your arcane essence be sucked from your very being into the ship, and you know where it's going.
What?
Dirty 20.
All right.
Where is it going? Remind me.
It is going into the captain's room. The summoning circle has kicked in.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
So, Sia, you lose 3 spell slots of your choosing.
Fucking hell.
That is fine. The only first level spell I have is shield.
It's still useful.
Still useful, but not as
Yeah,
harmful as losing a 4th level, for example.
for sure.
All right. And as the ship tilts, you hear the sounds of wood creaking and breaking. A chaos of sounds is emerging from the deck. Finch is running past you towards the personal room. What are we doing?
Well, if I notice that, like the whole like, oh, I need a sword, give me a sword type, like the Ezekiel needs gear, I want to like hit the brakes a little bit and turn around and be like, oh wait, what's Ezekiel? What's wrong? Are you missing stuff?
And I tell him,
I will allow that. So we...
yeah. Yeah, I literally go, Finch, the card that I took from you destroyed everything from mine that was magical. I've lost my spells, I have lost my symbol, and I've lost my sword.
Okay. I hand Ezekiel the deck.
Fucking don't give me that shit. My hands got me.
I'm not asking you to pull a card. You take this to the room, you get re-equipped, and then come up. If you can just take this, it means I can go back up quicker and I can protect the captain.
Alright. And I take it and I sprint straight to the room.
And I'm gonna fucking...
Have I not taken the sword from back yet then?
No, I would have hit the brakes after you got the sword.
Yeah, cool.
Sia doesn't use the sword either way.
Yeah, so I sprint straight to the room.
Noticing, Ezekiel, that when he hands you the deck contains 22 cards.
Didn't it originally contain 22 cards?
Well, the deck has used some cards since then, but upon the handing to you, those cards appear. Whether they're there or not, looks like it's been reset.
Okay, cool.
And the minute he has it, I'm 2-action dashing back up to the full speed back up to the deck.
All right. We do this. Ezekiel runs down, is making his way towards your guys' room, so that he can reacquaint himself with anything that he needs, if there's anything there, as well as hide in the deck. Finch, you and Sia come back up on top of the deck. And as you do so is then where the explosions of chaotic panic begin as the ship starts to tilt. Sia loses 3 of her spell slots. And the sight that greets you as you enter the top of the deck as the ships start to tilt is that there are members of crew on both sides convulsing, collapsing, and are being ripped in half, as taking their place or eating through them from some form of gorific circle are creatures short, stout, that are toothed and mauled, that cover most of their short bodies. These things are naught but body and mouth.
Jesus.
During this commotion, both sides' crew are fighting off these creatures in this sort of chaotic panic. The captain and his right-hand shipwright have already made their way across to their own ship. You see, Isia, that your own shipwrights have collapsed. They are naught but skin and bone. You know that they did not survive. All the magical latent power has been sucked into the ship. What would you guys like to do?
Breaking that circle's not gonna change this. Contract's already done.
The captain's soul's gone.
Where is the cap?
You see, sort of standing unfazed, sort of laughing, isn't your captain goblin in form, but instead standing in super tight clothing, white skin, short brown hair, in his early 20s, appears to be a human male. As he shouts, "Oh, Orcus, I have made it! I am here. It will be fulfilled. My daughter. I must find my daughter." And as he does so, the ship creaks and starts to fall out of the sky. The magical locks conjoining both ships snap and break as the ship starts to plummet out of the air. On our side of the ship, as it's falling, people unable to hold on to things as the ship begins in free fall, is the rogue shipwright, who comes up to you, Sia, in haggard glasses, and he goes, "Sia, we have to right the ship. Follow me to the control room, now!"
Sia will follow. At this point, she's got no better idea.
And you follow him towards the location of the control room of the ship.
Not a wizard. God damn it.
Finch, seeing sort of all this, what isn't fighting these sort of mauled demons, short, stubby, with like small arms. Every now and then, one of them will churn out a "Father!" as they consume a corpse near them.
Yeah, nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, I thought that guy was familiar sounding. What's the other captain doing?
He is bellowing out orders to his shipwrights, who are making their way below deck.
Oh, so they made it back to their ship.
Yes. It looks like they sort of immediately booked it to their side. Their ship is also in free fall.
Does it look like I could jump?
I will say that if you wanted to jump onto their ship from your ship, that it will require a DC 20 athletics check. But I will tell you that there is not a guarantee that you will be able to make it back to the other side.
Holy shit. No, that makes sense. I just wanted to know if it looked like I could make it. And it looks like it's possible but slim. I will. I'll not do that anyway. We have the deck. They are Ronin weapon hunters. We'll see them again.
As you say that and sort of watch as the senior members of the other ship's crew make their way deck, there is a barge as Captain Kirabashi is knocked to his ass and sliced across the face as Wessel runs out of the ship, jumps over to your ship, carrying a golden glaive with a golden arm attached to it.
Yes! Let's go, Wessel.
Damn.
But
Fucking
Wessel
boy.
does not look good. He is heavily
That's fine,
wounded.
that's fine. I'll get him sorted. Oh, I can't lay in hands. That sucks.
I will. No, I will ensure his. There's shit happening on the deck. Anything that tries to attack him, I'm just going to get into combat with it.
Yeah, that's fine. Wessel sort of like sees you. He runs up to you with a glaive in hand, and he goes, "Finch, we have to go below deck.
You have to go below deck. I'll keep everything that's up here. I won't let it get past."
Okay. And he runs past you with a limp back below deck. Sia, in the control room with this half elf, he goes, "All right, Sia. Everything's been taken from the ship, merged into I don't know what or why I have, but we've lost power. The ship needs to be refueled to stabilize the mechanisms. Otherwise, we will crash into the water and we will all die. Can you fuel it?"
Are you able to stop whatever is sucking that magic?
That it has taken what it is, whatever is absorbed. It's done. It's he's running over, rolling his hands over runes. He's just like saying incantations. The room itself is lighting up and flashing like a bright red, like, you know, whoop whoop sort of thing. And he goes, "Whatever has absorbed the power, that's it. It's done. All we got to
And
do
no further
is
questions. She just goes, "Tell me what I need."
you have to. We've got to pump this thing with as much magical energy as we can. It's the only way we're going to stabilize it and at least save our fall when we hit water."
Out of character. Does Sia know how to do that?
Sia does not know how to do that. But from the way he's talking, it sounds like you are going to have to sort of like give the ship your spell slots.
Okay. Hang on a second. I have.
During this sort of chaos, this half elf does not look like he has been affected by the ship's, arcane consumption. He's panicked, for sure. But he doesn't look like he's lost anything.
Can I potentially roll an insight tell whether he is legitimately trying to right the ship?
Yes, I will let you.
Great, 7.
7? In his panic state, he is fraught, and his statements can't be deniable. You guys are free falling over the ocean, and if you crash, you will die. You can only trust that this sort of, life or death situation will push self-survival above anything else that he might be agented to.
Okay.
He goes, "Right, we can't do it at all at once. We have to take turns. It's the only way to feed the ship without expiring ourselves. All right? At least until one of us is tapped. It's out. Do you understand? We have to feed the ship as if we were giving wishes or good luck or a sense. The ship can feel when we give onto it what is ours. And he sort of like pushes you out of the way of like a circular drive. And as he stands in it, you see him verbally give into the ship arcane energy. You see that in this looks like a very rushed version of what they would normally do, and you see that as he casts it or does this effect, you see he is recoiling in pain as the blood vessels all on his body like rise up to like just below the skin. Doing this
Okay.
will hurt a lot.
I will follow his lead.
Yep.
But if you can explain how the spell slots themselves come into it, like is it just a spell slot, any spell slot per round?
So, yeah, so we will, in regards to this situation, you and him will take turns giving the ship a leveled spell slot. And depending on the level of spell slot, it will be that level times the number of dice worth of psychic damage you will take. So if you were to give the ship a second level spell slot, if you've got one, you will take 2 times 6 psychic damage.
Okay. That could work. I'll start with a level 1 spell slot then.
Alright. And you just take 5 psychic damage.
Okay. And then immediately, as a bonus action, Font of Magic, replenish this spell.
Alright. Okay, that is interesting. I didn't think of that, because that will mean that you take... Oh, sorry, no, take sounds bad, but you regain 5 HP.
Okay.
Because as you sort of do so within this sort of like one general action, you essentially give onto the ship, and as you do so, you take from it as well. Which means that the next time he goes to give, he's going to lose more. So I will hold off on this section while we sort everybody else out. Is that okay?
Yes.
Excellent.
I will be back anyway.
No worries. Finch, you are
Yes.
up on the top of the deck as the ship sort of is in free fall. It's sort of coming off at like a 45-degree angle as the ship's sort of falling. The other ship is falling away in the opposite direction as it sort of comes apart, but like not actually breaking. And it's looking like the fighting that's taking place is sort of stopping. Those that sort of have like sobered up are holding on the best they can, trying to like claw their way towards the door that leads below deck. And the sort of these muscled creatures are now hanging around this human fellow who sort of is just looking around and just like figuring out where exactly he is. What would you like to do?
Well, I mean, for me, the most important thing is to prevent. Is to prevent anyone from getting below deck who should not be going below deck.
Yep.
So as long as Wessel gets down behind me, I'm probably going to be just standing at the doorway.
Yeah. That can happen and does happen. Sort of making sure that Wessel gets behind you, and you sort of like follow cover him while this is all happening. allows you to get Wessel below deck as you cover the door.
And once that happens, I guess I will just sort of... What happened to the guy, the human?
He is just like out there and just looking around, just I've got to find my daughter, and just like in a state of weird sort of like I got to do something, but I'm not doing it. I'm looking. What's going on? Where exactly am I? What's happening?
I'll just sort of shout out to him from the entryway, just like, "You, who are you? What are you doing here?"
I have to find my daughter. I am here for one purpose.
And the general vibe I'm getting is that this person has exploded out from inside of the captain. Or that the captain has turned into him.
The captain, there's no sort of, in your glances and looks, there's no sort of like gore pile of like, and it's coming out thing. From what you saw before in regards to the captain's physical appearance changing, it looks like he has just morphed into this fellow.
Man, this captain is the poor guy I think I've ever met in any D&D game. He cannot catch a break on any level, literally any level. He just cannot catch a break. I don't know. I wanna. Who is your daughter? When's the last time you saw her?
The captain sort of doesn't really answer. He's just sort of like, and while he does that, these sort of like moored creatures that are around him sort of like pick up on that heightened sense of like strangeness, and are just like lashing out at things around them. But it's there's a bit of melee combat as making their way towards you is that bugbeard, that hobgoblin fellow and his 3 goblin compatriots are making their way towards the door, sort of using their weapons to like claw into the floor to get a better grip to make their way to below deck. The hobgoblin fellow goes to Finch as he's holding it with it. Did Wessel make it inside?
Yes.
No one else can be saved. Go down deck, see to his safety. We will stay here and guard the door.
Who is saying this to me?
The hobgoblin that is believed to be a warforged.
Oh, that guy. Right. The others are down there with him. This is the most important place for me to be. I'm the only one at full strength right now.
He looks at you, and with a very serious, he goes, "You are the only one who can protect the Maker's son. Go!"
I'll just sort of like relent, nod at him, and then sort of reluctantly head down.
Alright, they close the door behind you, and then as sort of you're leaving away, you hear the sounds of combat pick up.
Alright, I'll sprint on after Wessel.
Yeah. Ezekiel, as you're sort of in the room, as the sort of ship starts to turn, and just a case of, I need you to roll a dexterity saving throw for me, please.
Can do. That would be 15, mate.
The ship tilts at an angle that you just weren't prepared for.
Yeah.
Before you're able to safely put away the deck. and in that small, unbalanced way, there is a chance of you accidentally pulling a card.
Alright.
So your balance falls. I need you to make a sleight of hand check.
Alright. It's a -1. That's a 2.
Oh. Really? You accidentally pull another card.
Yeah. Can I curse aloud that I'm like, oh fuck? If I
Okay.
die from a fucking 3-roll, cunt, I swear to God.
In your as you brace yourself, realizing that your right hand has accidentally just pulled the card. As you look, the card has the picture of 3 heads. These heads are one of sorrow, of happiness, of rage. You have pulled the Fates card. You get to keep this card. And its use won't be apparent until later.
That's fucked. That's fucked.
As sort of the chaos folds and the card sort of like shifts into smoke before disappearing, and the deck becomes whole again. And so you're able to quickly push the deck into a safe location before finding your balance again.
Does Finch have like a bag in the room still, or like one of his belongings?
Yeah, Finch has his
I
belongings in
put
the
it in
room.
his
You're able
bag.
to.
I put it in his
Yeah.
bag.
As you put it in his bag, the door bursts open, revealing Wessel carrying the spear. He looks fucked.
Wessel! Oh my God, you did it!
I did. And then from his pocket, from his free hand, he pulls out a coin and flicks it towards you. And as it does so, the coin sort of trails off and disappears.
You son of a bitch, you did it. I come over and I give him a quick little fucking overhand hug. I'm like, we've got to fucking get out of here. The ship's falling, it seems.
And then not long after Finch turns up, you see that as Finch gets in, you see that Wessel, like part of his like chest has been caved in a little bit, and he's going to be needing aid pretty soon.
Do I lose my lay on hands? Or was it like
Lay on hands is a class, not a spell.
Sick, then I'm gonna drop my whole 58 into him. Or if his health
Yeah.
is less than 58, max.
We have a like a church downstairs. You should just run down there and grab a holy locket.
Well, when we get there, I guess. I'm not gonna run down there now. Is that where are we going? We need to get somewhere.
Wessel's chest uncaves in. He's breathing. Yeah.
Decaves.
Yeah, decaves.
Pops out. Like that little depressor bit on a bottle that you can't get.
You heal him back up to nearly full.
Awesome. How much did I use?
Most of it. I'll say you got like 10 left.
Okay, cool. I used 48.
See ya.
Yes.
The half elf goes after. He suffers quite a bit of pain, and then he steps off to let you purchase in again.
I'm gonna get this out of the way and do the level
What, sorry?
level 4.
Level 4? Alright. You take 21 psychic damage.
I will leave it at that for now.
Alright. You step off, he steps back on, he puts in, he starts to bleed from the nose. It looks like he also put in quite a chunk of change. He goes, "See ya. That's it. I've got none left. The rest is up to you."
Okay. Am I able to do it all like? Obviously, it has to be a gradual to go in, but like do the roll all at once.
You want me to roll all at once?
Like,
Or do you want to pump in all at once?
what will going all at once do? And I will ask.
That is something you will have to find out.
He's refusing to answer.
Yes. Look, if you want to pump all of your things in, then I will be rolling. You'll be taking a little bit less damage. That's less die. Because I'm only rolling for one number instead of multiple sets of numbers. So there's a possibility of far less.
Okay, but is he refusing to answer me?
Oh, the half elf.
Yes.
Sorry, I've gotten lost. What's your original question?
What happens if I push all the magic in at once?
He goes, I don't know, but surely whatever you've got left will be enough to at least stabilize us. Either we hit the water and we're okay, or it stabilizes enough to keep us afloat.
Alright. Well, I'll take back that level 4 spell slot, and that is all of the Phantom Magic gone. And then I'll put everything into it.
What are we talking about? What are we saying?
1 level 4,
Yep.
3 level 3,
Yep.
2 level 2, and 1 level 1.
All right. That is what we are doing. Now, upon saying that and confirming that, you notice before you turn away a smirk appear on his face.
Oh, that sucks.
Do I see that in time?
Unfortunately,
Before I do anything?
I will let you make an Arcana check
Why does it have to be Arcana?
because it is magic.
I'm a sorcerer, not a wizard, god damn it! Can I withhold the level 4 spell?
You would like to withhold the level 4? What'd you get?
Pardon?
What did you get on that roll?
9.
9? Alright. Now I need you to make a charisma saving throw for me, please.
And confirming this isn't against fear.
This.
Natural 20. 28.
Alright. So this, Beck, is what is going to happen. And I will give you the choice. A moment of clarity hits. In the hope that this half-elf would put self-preservation above all, it did not originally cross your mind that he would still try to get at you. And in that smile, just before you start, you know that is, I was going to say not true, but he's not done. He still has spell slots. Unfortunately, Low Arcana, you cannot stop the level 4. But the High Charisma will allow you, while you're feeding the machine, to harness a portion of the ship's latent ley line abilities and siphon through him outside of the circle. The question is, or the choice is, do you kill him or not?
Doing this would get rid of his magic as well, wouldn't it? Essentially, you take his spells.
It will take both of yours. Right? Like, you unfortunately, you're dumping everything.
Yes.
Now you have the choice whether to take all of his or not. Now, if you take all of his, he dies. Like, I'm not gonna lie, this is a lot of damage, and you will probably die from this as well. But he dies. If you don't, he lives. But that creates the possibility of questioning for later. Who did he work for? What did he, what is his motives? Because he's bad. I give you that.
Not gonna matter if I die either way.
True. But
Before I do this, can I shift
you
to
would
get
like to
temporary
shift?
hit?
I will allow you to shift.
Okay. Is level plus constitution modifier.
I think for the first time in this campaign, you are shifting.
Second time.
Second time. So it's a big event.
Yeah, massive.
So what are we looking like, Beck?
Double check. The healing doesn't. Because not only do I get temp, I'm supposed to heal, but I don't have any damage at the moment.
You did. You took... No. Sorry, that was something else. No, you were good.
Yeah. Either I leave him with one spell slot in the hopes that it's a level 1 and I can still overpower him, or I kill him because being petty is what got me into this mess in the first place.
True.
I'll be right back.
Alright. Alright, that's all the damage.
God damn, dude.
You are very lucky, Mr. Michael Ball.
Or unlucky because I fucking rolled that low. That card, man, I don't like that. Damn. It's gonna knack when I want to fucking powerbomb a Zaibatsu member, and then I'm gonna fucking powerbomb him to death. Like they are Spike Dudley and I am Brock Lesnar. Or they are Zach Gowen and I rip a leg off.
You're gonna fucking handshake some cunt and that guy's gonna disintegrate.
Yeah, literally just like... gorilla style.
Okay.
Dude, my first thought was fucking the oh, you keep going. I'll talk to you later.
Jonathan said we're being petty.
Alright.
Nice. I need you too. I wouldn't
Thinking-
leave him, but that's alright.
You wash into the ship. All of your latent magical powers from your blood. The ship's workings are designed specifically for those of a learned experience. Because there's less variables. It's straightforward. The ships weren't designed to be powered by magical blood. As you pull into the ship, you notice with the feeling that you can just pull from others. And as you do notice this, you pull, and you know that this half-elf is waiting, wanting you to die from this. And in that realization, a case of fuck you. Putting your mind into the ship, you can sense the pool of arcane energy within him. And as you do so, you pull from him into the ship as well, knowing that you will both go down, but the ship will be fueled. During this sort of extremely painful experience, there is something, Sia, that flicks a switch. Because on this ship, he is not the only one with latent arcane powers. You feel Ezekiel. You feel a man on the top of the deck. And you feel Finch. Like a beacon in the dark. And the ship is hungry for the light. There is a chance, if you want to lessen the amount of damage you take, Sia, if you allow the ship to feed on those others.
No.
Okay. You
She
rein
is petty,
in.
but the whole purpose of this mission is to make sure Finch survives.
As you sort of feel in your mind and see the maws of this ship heading towards the beacon of light that is Finch, you rein it in. And in this sort of darkness, the light of Finch illuminates, shunning a creature that is this ship. But the shape of this light isn't Finch. It's the image of Gok Tengri.
Damn.
And he looks at you, Sia. He smiles. And he grants you this vision as you rein the ship in, power it, and stop it from smashing into the water. Everyone else feels the ship come to an abrupt stop in the air. Everyone sort of impacts from the gravitational shift. And as that happens, Sia, you drop and go unconscious. And in this unconscious state, you see a town that you had been to once before. Many, many, many years ago. And within this town, there's someone that you used to be best friends with. And she is there, standing over a field of flowers that you both wished you could bring from your trips from Regash. Dancing in this field are little Knoll children. Coming up behind her is a very old, weathered hobgoblin. And you know this hobgoblin to be the same one that saved you and her from that cave. Before the vision ends, you see her pull out of her pocket a shard of jade that you had originally given her within that cavern to help save her. You just didn't know when it would save her, because it saved her much later, after a dark, dangerous day where your townside inn would be ravaged by members of the Zaibatsu. where you saw her fall by blade, chasing her killer into the woods, turning up into the labyrinth. She lived. Thanks to you. And as you awake, you know that you had just died. But you have been saved. And as you look to your side, laying on the floor, you see the ash pile remains of the half-elf who wanted your demise. Stillness with the air.
Jesus.
That's nuts. That's fucking sick.
What would you like to do? I need to drink water.
Sorry,
Home run, brother, home run.
I'm literally trying not to scream. Okay. Take a moment just to sit there and acknowledge that she's alive. And then she's gonna go try and find the...
Everyone else is within your guys' room. There, as you are making your way through the ship to them, you see sort of the dead bodies of a lot of the crew who had died just from the abrupt sort of stop that the ship had taken place. I will say, Finch, Wessel, and Ezekiel, you guys have taken 50 points of bludgeoning damage.
Alright. Does that put Wessel back down?
Well, you gave him 58.
No, I gave him 48 because Skugum
Oh.
had 10 left.
Wessel is in the one digits.
I'll use my remaining 10 on him then.
That's fine.
So I'm down to 34, and he is at fucking, yeah, whatever it is. I help everyone get back up, and I don't know where Sia is. Do I know? I'm assuming she's at the bottom of the ship.
Sort of of everything sort of taking place, of just that silent, chaotic free fall as the ship's you could have feel the ship just gaining in speed, the pulses of the ship, of Sia, pumping it full of life, and then just the woof, the stillness of the ship from moving, but that sort of hard e-brake emergency stop.
Yeah.
You know, it hit everyone's head, hit hard. And so you guys, not unconscious, but
Bit frazzled.
you know, bit frazzled. And in this sort of getting everybody back up, it's then after a little bit that Sia enters the room.
I see her, I go, see ya. And I give her a fucking hug as a, you know, thank God she's alive sort of thing. And I ask her, are you alright?
I think I died.
You may have. But you're alive now.
What do we do now?
I look to Wessel, and I say, Wessel, can I have the glaive?
Wessel looks at you You ask him for the glaive, and his expression, like a how dare you
Yeah, okay.
ask for this, and not like a it's you can see him sort of try and fight that expression.
I see it and I go, if I do not need it.
No, it's when you hand out, like, put your hand out, but like, Wessel, can I have this beer? That you notice that still within your one hand is that card.
Right. No, I don't want to do this. I just want the belt. That's all I want, dude.
It clicks in what the card does. A clairvoyance from the Queen herself.
Yeah.
You may use the power of this card to avoid or erase an event as though it had never happened.
Any event.
An event.
Oh, I don't want that power. Oh my god, dude. No, don't tell me that. Do I have to use it now?
No?
Okay, let me sit on that. But I know that. I recognize that thing.
It is tied. You can feel it, the imagery in your mind, that card is tied to an hourglass. And the sands in that hourglass are pouring.
Oh, dude. I can raise any event.
To avoid or erase an event as though it had never happened.
Right.
Which has the chance for supremely severe consequences
Yeah.
and the shaping of history.
Yeah. That is a lot of power for me to think about, dude. Oh, dude.
Wessel goes, look, Ezekiel, I'm gonna hold onto this. I think I don't want to say deserve it, but it's a lot's happened. I think I'm just gonna hit the bed. I'm tired.
That's fine. I just want my belt. My queen's belt. And I walk past him, slap him on the shoulder, and I go upstairs to the top deck.
No worries. You slap him on the shoulder.
If he says what, the captain has something that he should not have. And I intend to get that back.
It's hard to see because Wessel's arms are basically covered in the gear that he's wearing, just sort of to help. But when you tapped him on the shoulder,
yeah,
it did not feel like flesh.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man,
It felt like metal.
Yeah, I'm doing this guy. Okay, well he needs to sleep. So I can avoid or erase an event.
Mm-hmm.
There's really only one event that I can think of that I want to erase.
And I will say, as out of game, that I think you should give that some time.
Yes. Because the consequences of this event is massive. And there would not be any smoke in the sky if it was up to Ezekiel's choice. But he will think about that specifically. But I will think about that whether this time is long or not. I don't know how long that card's thing. Do I know? Is it before I head upstairs? Do I know with this card that it has? Obviously, you said it's an hourglass, right? Time's gonna run up. If the time runs up, do I lose this ability, or does it enact and I have to choose?
You don't know.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
You just know what the card does. That is, it extended to a timed, length.
Yeah.
You don't know
If I don't
what
recognize
that
what happens, yeah.
Yeah, you don't know how long it's going to take before that timer runs out. You don't know if anything affects the speed with which that time runs
Yeah.
out. You just know that it is attached to a timer.
Alright, cool. Because I still want... Look, if anything, I want Oza dead. But I don't think that in conjunction with this card right now. That's just an out-of-game thing. But I'm going to go to the top deck. I want to go to the top deck.
All right, so
Let's see Captain Kuro.
Ezekiel's going to do that. Wessel is going to just basically lay down exhausted. And then Sia and Finch, what do you guys like to do? Finch, you know that something has happened internally
To me.
to you. The gems activated in a way you did not understand or do not understand, but they did. Conjointly, the gems worked magic or divine energies. During the free fall, but nothing really happened to you. Just that they did.
Out of character,
Yes.
from that experience, would I understand whether more magic would be needed to let us down gently?
If more magic would let you down gently,
If it would be needed in order.
I will say, like, Sia would know, like, just during this experience, that the ship requires magic to work as a flying ship. The ship itself can still be on water, but it is magic that fuels the ship that allows it to fly. More magic, of course, you've stabilized it. There's a chance that you could will it to fly, but it would be flying at a very, very slow speed. More energy into the ship would increase that speed, but Sia would know that all the shipwrights are gone. She is the only one really left that has the sort of pool of arcane energy without, using up Ezekiel or using Finch.
The idea is it is still a ship. I just need to get it out of the air before it runs out of the magic to keep it.
Right. Well, in that case, knowing that the ship, in a way, has a sort of sentience to it, all you would need to do, probably, is to go back to that control circle and will the ship to land.
Gotta tell Finch to go land the ship, glad everyone's alive, and kind of just send me in a daze, go and do that.
All right. Finch.
I mean, I still feel like I still feel like I need to be debriefed. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go see if that guy is still out there.
All right.
Now that everyone seems okay.
The human guy. I need my daughter. That guy.
Yeah.
All right.
He's a stranger on the ship.
He was the captain.
Essentially, not long after following, basically after Ezekiel, and then sort of catching up, you both make your way towards the door that leads towards the deck of the ship. There at the door, you see the door has been sort of broken into, because it's normally a door that opens out.
Yeah.
And that 3 goblin bodies lay down on the ground. They're all torn up and basically dead. And you see that the hobgoblin is sort of standing at attention, but upon further look, you see that half of his face has been ripped off,
Wow.
revealing a wooden iron skeleton underneath.
Yeah, Warforge.
As you guys are approaching, he goes, Finch, is he safe?
Cool.
Yes, he is safe.
You know that whiny thing that Odie does when he
Yeah.
he did that.
Is the man still out here?
The human is unconscious. Conscious. I must. No. And he sort of just slumps over.
Right. I will. I'll go out there and check.
You go out, Ezekiel behind, up onto the deck, and you see that most of the bodies, if there are any, and looking around, there really are none. There are leftovers of where bodies were. There's blood and sort of stained wood all over the place. But sort of focused at the center of the deck is about 6 of these mauled demons. And they are surrounding the prone lying body of the human.
Right.
I'm not at all worried about that dude. I'm straight for the Captain Kiribashi.
He's not there.
He's gone?
He went back to his own ship.
Looking around, there is no other ship in sight.
Yeah.
He was the guy who Wessel cut in the head
Yeah,
before he leapt across.
Oh, in my mind, he was on our side of the ship and got cut, and then the thing broke. I didn't realize he was going across back to his ship.
No, the Kiribashi and his right hand shipwright, like almost immediately, as soon as Finch had fucking kicked that table, they were back across.
Yeah, okay, cool. Alright, no belt for me.
As you two are sort of on the deck, you feel the ship lower, and not long after the ship hits water, and you are adrift at sea.
Cool. Seeing Kiribashi's not there, I'm going to leave Finch to what he needs. Unless I feel like Finch needs defending against these mauls, then I will decide to go back down. But I will double check with Finch if he needs me with him.
I just want to inspect the unconscious human.
You can get a certain distance before the more demons just don't allow you to get any closer. And sort of the only words they say is father in sort of exaggerated whispers, almost hints of concern.
Does he need help?
All they can say is father, and the largest of these more demons speaks words or a language in something you have no idea. But just looking over the human, he's breathing. There's a large sort of like wound, like gash on his head, but it looks like it's sort of congealed over and is no longer bleeding. You could hazard a guess that the guy's just unconscious.
Oh. Okay. Well, in that case, if I can't get any closer than this, I kind of just want to do like a ocular pat down from where I am right now.
Yep. Roll a perception check for me. Or investigation,
Perception?
either one.
Investigation.
Both will reveal the same results.
Oh my god. You're about to find out the highest I can possibly roll with my new perception score.
Nice.
I just rolled oh my god, math. That would be 31
Wow, that's huge.
All right.
investigation. That's a 19 plus 12.
All right. Visually going over this human, he's still wearing bits of garb from the captain. He is not 100% human. His sort of he looks it from the onset. He looks human, but there are slight differences in that basically from his hands to the tips of his fingers, and from his heels to the tips of his toes. It's very much a goblin genealogy. It's not 100% transformation. The other thing is that you pick up is that he very much looks like Kiroshi's wife. You could definitely hazard to guess that this was or is her father. Last you had known or had heard about her having a father was that he was in the Concordat. That he, not only did he sleep with basically the Queen in the Carganet, but he also at one point in his short life banged the Queen of Serpents. And that the only other
that
thing,
guy got around.
and that the only other thing is that he had died a great many years ago.
Yes, and that cause of death was someone opened a door.
Apart from that, it's basically very much bare and plain. The only striking wearable thing that's on him is that he is holding that he once wasn't before, but now he is a dark obsidian-like scepter, and at the top of that scepter is a goat pig-like skull.
A goat pig-like skull.
Yeah, the skull is not so much a skull, but a visual form of a pig's general getup, a snouted mouth, but it also has what looks to be goat's horns coming out of it, and sort of goatish fur like around the eyes, hollow as they are, bleached white as it is.
Hmm. Alright.
Looking around the ship, the only sort of people that are on it is Raijin and Fujin, who have they appear to be unconscious, but they had managed to wrap themselves in rope from one of the side rails, keeping them attached to the ship.
Oh, if I see them, I would probably pick them up and save them.
Yeah. They're basically like badly wounded. They've, like everybody else, hit their heads, but they're just unconscious and weak.
Yeah, cool. I haven't really laid hands left yet, but I can, if I'm looking
Perform medicine checks if you want.
Huh?
You can perform a medicine check if you want.
No. I've already got a fucking no. So I will pull them aside. If they're unconscious, that's fine. I'll put them aside, then I'll either find a holy symbol to try and use it to use just cure wounds and get them up, or maybe a bit of sleep will save them. You know what I mean?
No worries. Anything else, Finch, you would like to do?
The only thing I want to do is the door that was busted open. I just want to have a look and see if whatever busted it open got in.
All right. Going back to the door, having a more thorough look now, you see that there is a bloodied footprint trail leading to the opposite of the way you guys came, as the door to the deck is a part of thinking of it like a T intersection. Following this trail leading off into one of the side rooms, into a door that's sort of not fully closed. It's ajar, and from what you can see, there's a body on the floor.
Right. The one explanation could just be that someone was slammed into the door and broke it, but no one actually physically got through who was alive. If that, I kind of want to figure that out first before I go chasing anything else. So if like the door was smashed open and the hobgoblin was standing in the doorway, so it's like, okay, was he smashed into the door and it blew it open, but he was still there?
Right. You are able to sort of work out just based upon the inward door walk, the physical appearance of what the hobgoblin looks like, and sort of this blood trail. It looks like it's unsure what broke the door in, but the blood trail would indicate that someone walked through here badly. It doesn't look like a stable I'm bleeding from the side and I've collapsed in this room. It looks like someone has sort of crawled their way through here. And it looks like a case of he has tried to kick the door closed but failed.
Right. I mean, I'll follow the trail. Do a little sleuthing.
Yeah. The trail basically just leads back to goes from this room to the Hobgoblin Warforged. Noticing that his fucking glaive that he has is coated in blood. It looks relatively in all things that sounds crazy. It's the newest thing here. This blood hasn't. It looks new, basically, relatively new. And he said he would stop anybody, but also he looks really fucked. So there's a chance that he heavily wounded this person, and then just the functions of his body couldn't do it anymore, and has since sort of waited on standby mode for you to come back.
He's not. Is he outdoors?
Who, the Warforged?
Yeah.
No, is inside, just past the door, at this sort of against the wall sort of thing.
I might leave him there for a little bit. As long as he's not outside, I might leave him there for a little bit, and then I'll talk to the others and see what we do.
All right. Sia, you've managed to sort of will the ship to land. It feels odd to talk to an object. But when you enter and stand within this control circle, there is a sense of familiarity and friendship within it. That the ship heeds your command. Whatever has happened during the initial input of arcane energy has twisted the conscious of this ship. It'll be worked by you. And through this twist, it has given you the knowledge of how to work the ship. As long as you fuel this ship once a day with an amount of spell slots of your choice, minimum of a total number of 3, the ship will move at speeds you would like to go.
Okay.
But you do know that whatever has bonded you in this ship will not take orders from anyone else. You are its guardian and master now.
Buddy.
I think right now we're gonna stay put, and then Sia's gonna take a nap. Purely so that she can rest up, and then later talk to the others about what direction we need to go from here, and whereabouts we might be.
And landing the ship in the water, sort of sorting this out, telling them that you're sort of staying put, and you feel the ship is happy with whatever you want to do. You feel the ship unravel the sails as it sort of floats and bobs in the water, waiting for its next orders. You head back to the room. Wessel already fast asleep. I think by this time, if Finch and Ezekiel were to head back to the room, they would already be there.
Yeah, I'd be there. I would have just pulled Hydrogen Fusion out and then, yeah, would have just. I would have kept him conscious. I want to say.
Yeah, that's the part there. You can do that if you'd like.
Yeah, sick.
They'd be okay with that.
Cool.
And then they'd go about sort of
What are they gonna do?
whatever they needed to do.
Yeah.
So you make it back to the room. They're already there. Fast asleep as Wessel, and Finch and Ezekiel are in conversation.
I'm gonna go to bed.
I think we've all earned ourselves a good night's rest. Though I do fear
I don't-
we will not have breakfast tomorrow morning because I believe the chefs are dead.
Probably.
Yeah. Well,
I don't know if this is metagaming, but is Wessel still holding?
What, the glaive?
Yeah.
Well, no, it's not mitigating. You can look over and see that Wessel is still very much tightly holding the glaive. You do know that where he's holding the glaive is basically just under, or his hand is touching the hand that is already touching the glaive.
yes, he's got Minoka's fucking hand. Damn, we have a fucking Metal Gear fucking Liquid Snake Ocelot thing where he gets his fucking hand fused with Minoka's.
If you look over, you see that they are merging.
Their hands are merging?
Yes.
I fully fucked Wessel, man.
Oh, I'm not a cleric. I'm going to bed. I can't do anything to help him.
It is what it is.
Alright. Finch?
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll head to bed also.
All right. And with that, we will end today's session. Everybody gets a level up.
Damn, 2 level ups for Finch? That's sick, bro. Good
Well, I
work.
leveled up again.
Yes.
That's
Oh
awesome,
shit.
dude. So you're level 10 now? 11.
Yeah, it would be 10.
Wow. Go hard, dude. That's your second highest level character you've ever done? Or your highest from beginning to, like... Oh, no, we got to fucking... Strahd, we got to 13, right? We started level 3?
Something like.
Yeah. Damn, we're getting fucking close. Alright. Thanks, dude. I will do my level up after I finish this up.